Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? Ah, tough loss, man. Tough loss yesterday for Miami Hurricanes. But it is what it is. Most of us saw it coming. It is what it is. Miami took on Clemson. Lost, as you guys can see on the screen, 40-10. Lost by 30. Lost by 30. Ugly loss. Wasn't all that ugly the whole game, but nonetheless, it's still ugly. It's still a 30-point loss. No excuses. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys come on in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you ain't already. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Every Wednesday we do a show. Florida State, Miami, and the Florida Gators. Tune in 5 o'clock every Wednesday. We talk about all three teams in the Big Three. Might be Big Four if you want to put UCF in there. We always give them a little honorable mention. But anyways, so yesterday went down. A lot of upsets, a lot of crazy matchups. You know, Miami took on Clemson. Miami lost, plain and simple. If you saw the ups and downs for the whole season so far, you wouldn't have, had too much of high hopes or optimism about this game. You know, but here's what it is. Now this game is yardage wise and stats wise. It's kind of embarrassing. Miami didn't get not even 100 yards in this game. A lot of sacks, took back a lot of those yardages or whatever. I'm talking about big sacks. Like, dang. Now, we did do pretty well on the turnover side. DJ Ivy got an interception. We got some forced fumbles and stuff like that going on. Still didn't work out for us. Jay Garcia came in replacing Jakari Brown, threw a touchdown, and yeah, that was it. 10 points. Clemson running the ball, little slants, and that's pretty much how they beat us. Ran the ball and throw little slants, and of course, DJ took off every now and then with his feet, and we've been getting killed with the whole mobile quarterback situation all year. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Stats wise, I kind of want to spend too long on this because this shit's embarrassing, bro. This shit's embarrassing. So, like I said, turnover battle. Miami had got three of them. Gave away two of them. An interception, and I think a fumble if I'm not mistaken. But first downs, terrible. Miami only had 6 first downs in this game. Clemson 27. There's a lopsided game already. Um, Yardage wise, terrible, absolutely terrible. Miami 98 yards, Clemson 47. So that pretty much tell you what happened, man. We went to Clemson, but we didn't really go to Clemson. If you get what I'm saying, the team didn't show up. Now I gotta admit, I seen fight from a lot of the guys yesterday. Regardless of a 30-point loss, I've seen a lot of fight that I haven't seen in previous games. The younger guys seem to be stepping up a little bit more, and this, that, and the third. A lot of Miami Hurricane fans I saw, they was pretty upset with Dabo Sweeney trying to run the score up at the end. But Dabo Sweeney right now, he's in desperation mode. He's trying to get Clemson into the playoffs any means necessary. He wants all the wins to look, humiliating, to get Clemson some style points so the committee could feel sorry for them. Oh, you poor little Bobcats. You deserve to be in the top 4. You deserve to go to the playoffs. Please don't be mad at us, little Dabo. Don't go to cry like Nick Saban do. Yeah. Anyways, Dabo put his garbage time sons and all that in the game and everything like that. I see a lot of Hurricane fans saying that they should have lit his ass up, send some personal files his way or whatever. That's tough. That's tough. But yeah, man, tough loss for us. Now, in the rest of college football, a lot went down. Um, we're gonna take a look into it, of course. Vanderbilt beat Florida. We're going to talk about that one. Florida State won yesterday. Also, they didn't play nobody. That game ain't even worth talking about. They didn't play nobody. But if you ask the Florida State fans, they played a world beater yesterday. Them Raging Cajuns. Shout out to Billy Napier. Um, yeah, but a lot happened. Miami ain't do too well, so it is what it is. Now Miami is sitting at 5-6 right now. One game left is against Pitt. Pitt is 7-4, coming off of a win. I think they just beat Duke yesterday. So Miami plays Pitt at home this week. I will be at that game. Um, if Miami win, they'll be 6-6 and bowl eligible. If they don't, then the season will be over. Now Miami wins 15 more practice in a bowl game. Now, here's a good scenario. Florida State beat Florida. Florida will end the season 6-6. Miami beats Pitt. They'll end the season 6-6. And who knows? Possibly those two teams could meet up in a bowl game. That'll be nice. That'll be nice to see. As long as we win. Well, man. But, yep. So let's run through it. Top 25 games, man. Thursday night. Tulane beat the brakes off SMU. As you guys know, former offensive coordinator Reed Lashley from the Miami Hurricane, part of Manny Diaz's staff, is now the head coach at SMU. Now, I did see an interview after that game where Reed Lashley basically went off on one of the reporters. The reporters was basically asking him about the humiliating loss, and he said something, now not word for word, but yeah, am I embarrassed? We just got killed on national TV. What the hell do you think? Next question. Basically, hey, why you asking me, am I embarrassed? Didn't you just watch us get whooped? That in that sort of nature or whatever. But yeah, Tulane handled business, beat SMU, beat the bejesus out of them. Almost dropped 60 on them. We just talked about Clemson versus Miami. Oh, let's talk about Georgia barely surviving Kentucky. Now, a buddy of mine, an honorable member of the channel, told me that Georgia was going 15-0, and as of right now, he's still right. Now, Georgia has their stumble along the way, barely beating Kentucky here. Beat them by 10. Now, Kentucky, if you know, last week they lost to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a pretty hard team, man. Vanderbilt is top of the class. They're the toughest team in the SEC. I mean, if you don't believe me, just ask the Florida fans. They'll tell you about them. All the Florida fans. Let me know in the chat, how tough is it to beat Vanderbilt? How good is Vanderbilt? Aren't they the top team in the SEC? They're better than Bama, ain't they? Yeah. So Georgia. So you know what? I'm gonna put a link in the chat because I know some of you guys probably want to weigh in on some of these games that happened yesterday. So I'll put a link in the chat. You guys could join in on the show. I definitely want to hear the excuses from the Gator fans to why the talent on Vanderbilt is so much better than the talent that's on the Florida Gators. Because I've been seeing that complaint a lot. I've been seeing a lot of Florida fans, whether they're delusional or not now, they've been saying that the talent over there at Vanderbilt is tremendous. Top of the line. Man, I'm talking about high quality H2O kind of talent.
Kitty Cat T2Y, what's going on?
Never be Kitty Cat T2Y. I'm sorry.
Kitty Cat T2Y, what's going on? What happened?
It's all right. Georgia still broke, y'all.
What 98 yards of offense.
Yeah, that's tough.
Man, Furman put up more yards.
Now let me ask you this.
Is crazy.
98 yards of offense, right?
That is crazy.
Now let me ask you this. Had the first drive for the Miami Hurricane not an overthrown ball that blown coverage, would that have still been 98 yards? Had Ja'Cory Brown not overthrown Restrepo, which he was wide open, nobody in near sight.
These ifs, ands, and buts.
Yeah.
Y'all had 8 yards of offense in the first half.
What I'm basically telling you is mistakes made by a rookie quarterback. It happens. I mean,
true that.
That could have blown the game wide open. I'm not saying that Miami would have won that game, but it would have reflected differently on the scoreboard.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hey,
if I mean, y'all's one touchdown was off
one
of
mic at a
mistake.
time.
I mean, we can do this whole if this happened and this happened, then the game looks different. But I could for every hypothetical you bring up, I could bring up another one that would make the score worse. We probably should have scored 50 in the game.
All right, so that pass to Restrepo where he was wide open, blown coverage, was that not a touchdown?
It doesn't matter.
Any other quarterback would have thrown that pass. Hell, even trash ass Jordan Travis could have made that pass.
Shout out to Ja'Cory Brown, man.
Y'all would empty the bank right now.
I mean, JT only had to complete 10 passes to beat Miami. So
right,
you're right.
Like I'm saying, even trash ass Anthony Richardson could have made that pass.
They would take Jordan Travis over any of their quarterbacks right now.
Nah.
Yeah, they would.
Nah.
You know it.
He knows it. We all know.
Jordan Travis is so good that Florida State can't recruit a quarterback right now.
Damn.
What is that? It still don't change the fact that
we talking recruiting or we talking under 100 yards for an entire game. How is that even possible at the University of Miami? How is that?
Y'all quarterback game is looking so great that nobody wants a quarterback for y'all.
Miami hasn't had less than 100 yards of offense in a game since 1965.
Bro, how is that possible, bro?
That's tough.
That is their third lowest yardage output in school history.
Injuries? Really? We talking about injuries?
Yeah, look at it.
You can't get 100 yards?
Injuries.
I mean, we do got to beat up offensive line.
I don't know.
Now, technically, we did have more than 100 yards. It's just
every other team we played, including the FCS team we played, had 100 yards of offense.
Damn.
The reason why they're saying the reason they're saying less than 100 yards is basically because of the sacks, all the yardage that was taken away from the runs.
Basically, it was less than 100 yards because it was less than 100 yards.
Brown by himself, Ja'Cory Brown had like a 45-yard run against Clemson.
Yeah, well, so if I just
then all the sacks that he took neglected all those yards. So
we had 8 yards in the first half. 8 yards in the first half.
Get him, Bergie.
If we're removing plays, I can do the exact same thing. If you take away that 40-yard run and the big catch,
all I'm saying is the yardage sound bad. The yardage sound bad, especially rushing wise, when the sacks are basically.
It should have been even.
It sounds bad. It sounds bad because it's 8 yards in the first half.
8 yards.
That's what sounds bad.
And if you take away that 40-yard, if you take away that 40-yard run, if you take away that 40-yard run and that 27, listen, hold on. If you take
this T2Y math right here,
and the 27-yard catch from Will Mallory, Miami had 40 yards of offense on 31 plays.
It's that Belgrade man.
Basically,
less than 1 yard.
If I rush for 60 yards, but I get sacked for 50, I only got 10 yards of offense.
I can play that game too. And if I take away the two big plays Miami had in the entire game, they had 40 yards on 31 plays.
What, the two big plays that were made by DJ Ivy of all people?
Those are zero. That's 0.78 yards per play.
We got housed, man.
Listen, the only thing that pissed me off in that game was one play. Was when Jafari Harvey threw his hands up and put it on his head, and I saw a big number 91, Miller, pick the ball up. Jordan Miller picked the ball up and started running. I'm like, you crazy ass. Jafari Harvey should have been the one to pick it up. That was a lack of football IQ.
That's the one play that pissed you off the whole game?
That's the one play that pissed me off. Because I knew Bergie, we knew this for weeks now. We knew this for weeks now. Miami was not going to win that game.
I knew they were going to get smashed. That's what I said last week, and everybody laughed at me. And I'm like, I told y'all they're going to get smashed.
I didn't even predict that.
Like I told people all last week, what have you guys seen from us all season to make y'all think we're going to win this game?
Nothing.
That's the smartest thing.
Lenore came in here and said that we're going to beat Clemson 17-13. I was like, yep, there it is. I'm going to go along with that.
That was Lenore's, wasn't it?
I'm gonna go along with that. We knew we was gonna lose this game.
Lenore's has never thought Miami.
You know you're gonna lose Clemson, if you mess around and lose to the team up north the way we did.
Yeah, 45-3. But keep going.
Yeah, just like when you
I don't know.
lost against Georgia.
I don't know why people thought we was going to win that game.
I'm just mad we gave up a touchdown. That man, DJ sold on that fumble.
You should have gave up a touchdown on the second drive. What are you talking about?
What when?
The first drive when we overthrew
that
that damn ball, that man was wide open. He was.
But that's not Clemson's fault.
Take it to the house.
That's an
That's
incomplete
not
pass.
Clemson's fault.
That's
Hey,
not
Bergie,
Clemson's
you know
fault.
you
We
gonna
know
lose when
that,
you
but
got
I'm
Georgia on
saying
the schedule.
he's saying that we shouldn't have scored at all when we could have scored the first fucking drive. That's
We
what I'm
could
saying.
have. We did because he overthrew him.
Exactly,
not-
but
we
he's
could
talking
not
as
turn
if.
the ball over three
But he's
times.
talking as if the 7 points was so bad that we ain't had no other opportunity where we could have scored.
Hey, we're
We
going
had it.
back
We
to back,
just
Bergie.
dropped it. We blew it. He overthrew him.
Yeah, but you could also say that Clemson screwed up by blowing the coverage. What if they ran their coverage properly? Would Restrepo have been even close to it?
Get him, Bergie.
It wasn't anything Miami
We're talking
schemed
about
up.
the
We
after
literally
the
just
fact.
had a miscommunication on
here.
defense.
Yeah,
So
but yeah, I know we're
we're
talking after the fact.
After the fact. After the
Right.
fact that Jake Garcia came in there and threw a touchdown. He's saying that they shouldn't have had no touchdown. We shouldn't. Basically, we had other opportunities to score.
Yeah, because DJ Ivy woke up and had the game of his life for once.
So don't say Miami couldn't have scored no points. We had opportunities. They was just blown. There's a fucking play where Mallory is wide across the middle. That's a fucking touchdown if they threw it to him. If Jakari saw him.
Yeah, but all right,
We
I'm
had
sorry.
other opportunities to score, so don't act like it should have been 0.
Yeah, but Clemson had other opportunities to make it 70-10.
Where? I didn't see them do it.
They had. Oh, come on,
We had three turnovers.
Look, man, I love you because you're a Miami fan, and I know you're a homer and all that. But come on, man.
Clemson did everything in their power to win that game. They did not try to leave no points on the board. Dabo
Yes,
tried
they
his best.
Yes, we literally
He
did
tried
lose
his
points on the
best to
board.
run
Did you
the back
watch the
score
third
yesterday.
quarter?
Yeah, I was going to say the third quarter they fell asleep.
We turned the ball over.
tried-
We turned the
they
ball
tried
over
their
4
best to
Boy,
run
times.
the
he's
better
too
score.
high, boy.
Because Dabo knows
What are you talking about?
Dabo
We
knows
were
that
literally
he's
in the red
powerful.
zone. And Davis Allen, our tight end, literally fumbled in the red zone. Like what are you talking about?
Hey, Dark
We
Rick
turned the ball
said,
over
Oh,
4
they
times in
fumbled in the
Miami
red
started
zone?
scoring.
Is that our fault? He fumbled in the red zone? Yes, it's our fault. Because we laid his ass out. That big, tall son of a gun came across the middle and got popped.
Hey, Bergie.
What?
Dark Rick
What?
said Miami's a basketball school now.
They've been a basketball. No, they're not. They're not. Because they'll fold later on, too. The basketball team does that every year. Yeah.
Listen,
I don't
y'all
think
start
so.
hating on Miami hoops, man. I can't help that we not 0-4.
I got blown out today,
Hey.
man.
I can't help that we not 0-4. We only lost 1 game. There's another
See,
team
to
up north.
you need to,
There's
you
another
need to
team up
run.
north that's 0-4 right now. I can't relate.
There's not a Florida State fan out there that's mad about that either.
T2Y needs to run for president one day.
Hey, UGA would never be a basketball school.
No.
He'd make a great politician, my man.
Some schools can only be good at one. It is what it is. Clemson's the same way. That's what we are.
Anyway, so Georgia, what happened? What happened, Sarge?
Yeah, I can tell you a lot that happened.
Georgia won. That's what happened.
Yeah, they won.
Yeah. We about to go 12-0.
Now,
They
from
won.
what I'm hearing,
They
from
won
what
the
I'm
football
hearing,
game.
though, what's the deal with Stetson Bennett?
He's a-
Spencer Bennett was hungover.
So
Hanging out with Jack Williams.
Now, are you
he threw
being
an interception.
sarcastic? Are you
He
being
threw no,
sarcastic?
I'm dead serious. He threw an interception in the third quarter, and they told Pop Monken, do not let him throw the ball no more.
It don't matter what he does.
I'm saying, was he really hungover?
He was hungover. I keep telling y'all.
How did you come across this information?
16
Hey,
point
them
win.
boys was hungover, man.
Damn. Oh.
Well, if you
Them
say you was
boys-
hungover, I'm gonna go with you. I mean, I
Them
know
boys was
quarterbacks that's
partying
been
their ass
hungover
off.
before.
They were partying their ass off the night before, man.
Man,
What was the night
you come
before?
up with the
Just a
most.
random
Man,
vote?
no excuse, man.
Yeah, it's no excuse for us to be 11-0 and go 12-0 after we blow out Texas and be back
Yeah, for real.
undefeated regular seasons.
Georgia Tech gonna
All right,
beat
so
you.
Georgia handled business.
No, they're not.
Oh.
Ohio State won their game too, but that ending was a little bit of controversy.
I mean, we going
Ohio State
12-0 for 2
is
years in a row.
Yeah,
Tennessee
Ohio
lost.
State, could've
They
lost
gone.
that game.
Yeah, that was funny.
Tennessee got
Yeah,
spoiled.
hey,
And now
congratulations to South Carolina for giving us the national championship.
I was saying that argument from last week is done and over with. So
Now you got Michigan that beat Illinois. Nail biter came down to the last.
yeah,
field goal.
that was a good game. And the TCU game, woo!
TCU also came down to a controversy.
That
field
was
goal.
one of the
Some
best
people are saying
endings I've
that-
ever seen in a football game. That was crazy.
Some people are saying that last kick shouldn't have got off because the clock had expired or whatever.
No, that was legal.
blown out.
No,
It's
They
a whole
gonna get
bunch of
blown out of
controversy
the
around
playoff.
it.
I don't care.
So
That was a good
TCU
game.
survives. They beat Baylor. I was rooting for TCU. Good win, TCU. Keep the hope alive. You know, tired of
They
seeing
gonna
the
lose
same
by
old
30 in the playoffs.
teams in the playoffs. You know.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with that.
Now Tennessee. My God, Tennessee. South Carolina dropped 60 on them.
Yeah, they got
63.
they got
Get
Molly
it right,
Watt
63.
Oh my
and
God.
Hendon Hooker's out for the year with an ACL.
Yeah.
Spencer Rattler turned into the greatest quarterback in the history of football.
This man
one
threw
game.
6
Congratulations,
touchdowns.
Dogs. Congratulations.
That's how bad Tennessee's defense is, man. See, South Carolina hasn't been able to score on anybody. It's crazy.
Hey, everybody in this chat, man, we can line up at wide receiver and score a touchdown on Tennessee DBs.
Probably.
Ooh, man, freaking Rattler went ballistic yesterday, man. That was crazy.
6 touchdowns. 6.
And I love it too because it gave the Gamecock fans just enough hope to talk trash this week. So it's gonna be fun when they come up.
Yeah,
Here.
and then they storm the field. Just like Tennessee stormed the field, they stormed the field.
Yeah.
Now staying in the SEC, LSU handled business against UAB, 41-10.
Man, someone told me LSU was trash.
LSU, if they were to line up with Florida State right now, they'll beat them. They'll beat them so bad.
You crazy.
They gonna look like trash
You
in 2
crazy.
weeks.
Nah, it'd be
They
a
gonna
good
look
game.
like trash in 2 weeks.
They would beat Florida
Yeah,
State.
you act like
into a
Florida
post.
State the same team, man. Stop.
They are the same team.
No, they're not.
They're
Stop.
still the same.
Stop.
Team. They're still the same team. They just beating up on teams in a down ACC.
Man, I still don't
And
respect
they
Florida
want-
State. Fuck them.
They won't score no more than 12 points in 2 weeks.
Oh man. Moving on over into the Pac-12, USC handled business against UCLA.
Handled
USC
business.
is 10-1. They still alive for the playoffs.
That was a good game.
That was a crazy
I
game.
got a good question
Yeah.
for you guys. USC, they're 10-1. Clemson 10-1. Let's just say both of them won. You know, USC won the Pac-12, so they're going, and Clemson wins the ACC. Most likely, they'll beat North Carolina.
I don't
Who
know.
would you put in? Who would you put into the
I don't know.
playoffs?
I don't know, bro.
You got to look at the resumes. So in order for
I ain't
USC
got to
to
look
make
at
it,
the resume. I'm keeping Clemson ass out. They got blown out by Notre Dame. They got their ass whooped by Notre Dame.
They still gonna put us in.
but
Right
USC,
now, Clemson
USC
is
would
like-
have a win over UCLA and Oregon, though.
Yep.
Hey, put them in so we can
UCLA
play.
only lost to didn't they lose to Utah by like a point or something?
They lost to Arizona though.
I'm saying
They
UCLA's a
lost to
top
somebody.
20 team.
You-
I think
no, you-
what
they
is
lost
Oregon
to
like a
Arizona.
top 10 team or something like that.
But they lost a close game. Clemson got blown out. I'm gonna take
Clemson,
USC.
I don't think Clemson has any wins like that. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have any top.
I
Yeah,
won't
if you look
No,
at
no.
Clemson, if you look at Clemson's schedule, the teams that they beat ain't really nobody, like Florida State.
Miami might be the worst team we played this year.
But Clemson will probably get it because they were higher ranked going into the season. They got
Yeah,
knocked back. They
yeah.
came back. They're gonna get the I don't know, the sentimental vote, I guess, if you want to call it, from the pollsters.
Yeah, put Clemson in,
I
man.
think
Put
USC has
Clemson
the
in.
better wins.
I'll put USC in. Man,
Unless you
Nah,
count,
we
I
want
mean, unless you
Clemson in.
count Wake, but see, Wake and NC State them fell off, so it's not the same.
put
Our
Clem-
best wins are going to end up being Florida State and Louisville. I bet.
man, put USC in so Dabo could go cry in the corner.
Nah, put Clemson in so we can play them because you know they're gonna be the number 4 seed.
No, don't put them in. Y'all already
No.
broke them last year.
I know.
I will say I think Clemson's a better team, but I think USC will get the nod.
All right, Alabama beat the
And you're
bejesus out
probably
of
right
Austin
about that.
Peay.
Yeah, I'll take
beat
the
Austin
Orange
Peay
Bowl.
34-0.
I thought we would go 10-2 for the year. So
Damn, I thought Austin Peay had a chance.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying.
I thought we was gonna go 15-0, man. We 4 games
Oh,
away.
shit, Oregon.
Look at Oregon. They bounced back this year. They beat Utah.
They're better.
Utah.
They're a better
They
team
won,
without
man.
Mario
Good
up
for
there.
them.
yeah,
man.
no. It's look how they look against.
I
Look how
mean,
they playing.
look how
They-
nice.
they-
Look how
That's
nice and
crazy.
sweet
Oregon
Mario
couldn't beat.
left it for
Same
them.
Oregon
players,
couldn't beat
too.
Utah last year. They got mollywopped.
They
by
got
Utah.
mollywopped
Look how
twice.
nice.
Games.
Look how nice Mario set it up
And
for
now
them.
Mario
Ain't
leaves
that
and
tough?
Oregon a way better team. That's crazy.
Nah, they're not way
tough.
better. Oregon
They a
not way
way
better.
better team.
Nah, they got beat 49-3 by us. They're not way better.
Man, yeah, forget them Ducks. Anyways, Penn
Well,
State
imagine
and the
how bad it
Bulls.
would have been if Mario was
The
there.
Bulls.
I just about to say.
Penn State and the Bulls Award nominee Manny Diaz. Manny
Yeah,
Diaz
Manny-
is a Bulls Award
Oh,
Manny
nominee.
Diaz.
That Penn State defense looking better too, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy. I mean, Oregon thriving without Mario, and Manny's thriving
Manny
without
Diaz
Miami.
is up at Penn State. I mean, God forbid when he has to recruit players and what that defense is going to look like then.
He
Well, he's
recruited the whole
Listen.
defense.
fine right now.
Don't buy the hype of Manny. Y'all did that when he was down here. He's going to look good in year 1, then come year 2 and 3, and he's going to get figured out. So don't
Bergen
worry.
said
It's
don't believe the
coming.
hype.
You're damn
Bergen
right.
said
Right.
don't
I'm
believe
just
the hype.
Bergie.
It's coming. I'm just saying. Say all you want about it now, but by year 3, people will be like, man, Manny still got the job there? How the hell he still have a job there?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Nah.
I'm just trolling.
Nah.
He gets figured out everywhere he goes.
Better as a coordinator.
Now, sticking your
He's
finger
not
in
better
your-
as a coordinator.
Now, sticking your finger in your nose and finding a booger
Better
as
than
a
a head
surprise.
coach.
North Carolina.
Yeah, he's
lose to
better than
Georgia
a head
Tech.
coach. I'll give you that.
I think that
North
game
Carolina
was a
didn't
shocker,
care
though.
about that game. They about to play in the ACC championship. They ain't give a damn.
They should have cared because if they win, they would have had a chance for the playoff too.
So basically, North Carolina got whooped
And
They
Drake
got
May
whooped
might have lost the
by
Heisman with that.
Georgia Tech. The same Georgia Tech that Miami blew out a week ago. That's tough.
But y'all lost to North Carolina though.
But y'all lost North Carolina though.
That's tough too.
And it's just been a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
Man, Georgia Tech has beaten North Carolina four out of the last 5
now,
years.
now I got a scenario for you, Sergeant AR-10.
Yeah.
Last game of the season, Georgia Tech comes in and beat Georgia.
No,
They
that would
gonna
be a
come to
shocker.
Athens and beat us.
Oh my God, I would party in the streets.
What happened? Don't laugh.
That
Oh,
might
happened?
hey,
that might
Now, wouldn't that
legitimately
be amazing?
that would be
Wouldn't that
hey,
be
hey,
amazing?
T2Y. If I go down to the sidelines and get some shoulder pads and a helmet, I could probably play against Georgia Tech.
Probably start.
Man.
This guy.
that might be
by
the
the
biggest
third
upset
quarter-
in history if that happened.
Hey, by the third
Damn.
quarter, we're gonna have walk-ons playing. We're gonna have walk-ons playing in the third quarter.
I'm just saying, man, Georgia Tech got a lot to play. Hey, they one win away from bowl
much,
eligibility.
Bruh. We're gonna put at least 45 on them, maybe
Now, I
50.
will say this: if Georgia lose to Georgia Tech, I would drop Georgia out of the whole top 25.
Oh, God.
There's no way they can make the playoffs. I don't care if
Nah, man.
They're not
Nah,
losing.
that.
No, I know they're
Bruh.
not losing. I know they're not.
Bruh. We'll beat them by at least 35 points, maybe 40.
Y'all still, hey, all of you Miami Hurricane fans, y'all still want Lane Kiffin now?
Yeah.
Y'all still want him?
Berger said, "Yep."
Yep.
Hell no.
There's a lot
Oh,
of people
I'll
that,
take it.
So
no,
Ole
but see,
Miss,
look, there's a lot of
No
people
way.
that think Lane's got one foot out the door. That's why.
now Ole Miss came in and whooped ass. Psych, nah. Arkansas handled their ass, 42-27.
And the score was way worse, until the fourth. It was a bloodbath.
Yeah, they scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth.
Yeah, as you guys can see, 21 points by Ole Miss in the fourth quarter. Arkansas was like, they're done. Put a fork in them.
Man, they were up 42-6. I remember
Hey,
checking the score, and I thought
Georgia
ESPN
Tech 10
had the
points,
score
man.
wrong.
We'll give Georgia Tech 10 points, 35-10, 42-10, something like that.
Just don't lose
So
to the
Lane
team
Kiffin
that
is-
lost to Miami. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So Lane Kiffin is checked out. So all the all the Auburn talk might have some reality to it.
It might be true.
I hope he go to Auburn.
I think it's a lateral move personally, but
That's tough.
I really do.
I don't know. I think it should be a better move for him.
Here's a team that's not going bowling this year. West Virginia. They lost to Kansas State.
that's Jimbo's next
48
job.
31. Man, that's tough.
Shout out the Golden Blue dude, man.
Man, that's tough.
What are they going to do with Jimbo, man? For real? I mean, like, you can't fire him because you got to pay him $96 million.
They just in a bad. They had luck.
Honest to God, that's what his buyout is for real. It's like $96 million they pay him if they fire him this year.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's 85.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference.
They can't do them. Jimbo stuck.
That's
They stuck.
stupid money.
So Colorado, they got their ass whooped.
Man,
54-7.
Terrible.
Notre Dame handled business 44-0 against Boston College.
Boston College is terrible.
Man, Boston College is terrible. Yeah, that's one of the teams that Florida
It
State
still
beat
probably
this
beat
year.
Miami though.
They probably.
Probably.
That's
Nah,
one of them teams that
Hell
Florida
no.
State beat this year. That's why their resume looks so ass.
hell no.
Speaking of
No,
Florida
they might
State,
be
they
fine.
played absolutely
They did a good
nobody. 49-17.
Louisiana better than Middle
North Carolina
Tennessee State. I'll tell you
And
that.
they beat
They
them.
are.
Louisiana better than Middle Tennessee State.
They
They
ain't
beat
no
the
good.
Raging
They
Cajuns.
trash.
I think Tennessee
The
State
Raging
has
Cajuns.
won one game
That's
since
true.
they beat Miami.
Now,
Yeah,
putting your-
didn't Middle Tennessee just play FAU or something like that?
And I think they blew them out too.
Yeah.
Now, I seen a tweet earlier on today that says UCF, they respect the military so bad, so good. They
Oh, no,
respect
never
them
mind.
so
Hey,
good that
shout out to
they
the
let
midshipmen, man.
Navy beat them 2 years in a row.
Shout out to the midshipmen.
Yeah,
They didn't run.
man.
They didn't pass the ball one time. They ran the ball the whole game and beat them.
Stop
17-14.
It is run.
Stop disrespecting the big three by including UCF in the conversation. You gotta stop doing that.
UCF,
Ah.
man.
We gotta start doing what?
Man.
Navy
I
kinda
try to
cooking right now.
vouch
They
for
almost
you.
beat
I
Notre
try to
Dame last
vouch for you, UCF. I try
No,
to throw
don't.
you in the mix.
Don't
Nah,
no,
UCF is
UCF
done,
ain't in no mix. I mean,
Yeah.
Miami's barely in the damn mix.
I
So
try to throw y'all in the mix, but
Miami is not in the mix.
If anything,
you know.
you demote Miami and put UCF there.
Man, y'all keep Miami name out y'all mouth. We run this state.
No, honestly.
This is Miami's channel, man.
Name one team. Name one.
You don't
in this
even
state that
run
got a-
South Florida. What are
Name
you
one
talking
team in
about?
this state. Name one team in the state that got a winning record over us. I'll wait.
you don't even run South
I'll
Florida.
wait.
Stop it.
I'll wait.
About Middle Tennessee got a winning
I'll
record over
wait.
y'all.
I'm gonna grow a second mustache waiting.
Hey,
You
to
said
keep
it
it
instead of
real with
Florida.
you, T2Y. Hey, to keep it real with you, T2Y being real. While everybody's saying Miami ain't this year, we ain't. But still, Florida and Florida State record ain't better than ours overall.
No, okay, you want to go back 80 years?
Damn
Fine,
right.
that's cool.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
I'm just
We
saying.
can go back
Even
20 years
the
ago.
present
It
time,
was
it's
4 years ago.
I don't care,
2022.
bro.
It's 2022, and Florida State and Florida still hasn't touched Miami's numbers. So let that sink in for a minute.
Only thing
Now,
I need to sink in is
Oklahoma.
that you suck.
Now,
You
if
did-
taking
hey,
your foot,
we can
if
suck-
taking
we
your
can
foot
suck
off
all
the
we want,
gas-
man.
Aw.
If taking your foot off the gas was a person, that would be Oklahoma.
Oh,
They went
yeah.
up on Oklahoma State 28-0 in the first quarter, and then they just stopped. They stopped for the rest of the game. It was so embarrassing. They literally could have did anything they wanted to on offense. I was watching that game. That was crazy. Oklahoma State should be an embarrassment in college football.
Like Miami.
Uncle Luke in the building. He says, worst Miami team I've ever seen. Congratulations. Thank you, Lou.
Thanks. That's fact.
He ain't wrong.
Thank you.
Hard to argue.
We ain't blind to it. We see it.
Only
Yeah.
one way to go is up. That's the only way to go. Only one way to go up.
But you know what? At least we didn't, in year one of Mario, at least we didn't run away from Clemson.
They ran away from us.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like, literally, they ran away from us. Like, we couldn't catch them.
All right. So you got Oregon State versus
They
Arizona
put us
State.
in the hospital.
31-7. Easy win. Nobody cares. Louisville upsets NC State.
NC State
That
is
was-
trash.
wasn't
man.
enough.
Why they still ranked?
Louisville done
It-
turned that they season
Yeah,
around.
if y'all have watched either team the last few weeks, this
Yeah,
wasn't
NC
an
State.
upset. This
NC
ain't
State been
an upset.
falling.
Now that's that same NC State that whooped Florida State.
They didn't whoop us. We should. I mean, that's the one game we should have.
That's going to be.
We should have won that game.
If I'm a Florida State fan, that's the one game.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, we should have scored a touchdown on that second drive versus Clemson, but it didn't happen. So
you should have got over 100 yards in the offense, but that didn't happen either.
Yeah,
I
didn't even predict.
Damn.
They sound like golf fans with that shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
when's the last time we held somebody to under 100 yards of offense? That is
wild. That is wild.
I'm trying to think.
At Miami, that's
right.
crazy.
Number 25, Cincinnati handled business against Temple, 23-3. So those are your top 25 matchups. Let's go into the Power 5. We'll start with the SEC.
Did we have more points or receptions in that game? We had 10 points. We had 9 receptions. That's bad.
That's crazy.
All right, so Mississippi State, they handled business against East Tennessee, 56-7. Nice win. Oh, UMass versus Texas A&M, 20-3. Now, if you saw that crowd at that game, it was worse than our crowd all year.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
at halftime, I saw a video of guys running through the stadium with towels like they doing relays.
Yeah.
I did share that one because I wanted to share that one
because ain't nobody there.
Remember when Miami and Texas A&M played, and we were like, we thought maybe those were two good teams playing each other. No, it was
that is
that was.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
that was the biggest mid-off of history. I just wow.
I remember the lies Miami fans were saying. Oh, we played Texas A&M hard. That's a good loss.
They were going crazy. They were going crazy in the spaces. They were like, "Yeah, we're straight. Like this is a good performance."
Little did they know.
Oh man, this was dope right here too. I don't know if y'all heard it.
Oh yeah, from Cam Smith. He's a dog. I like him.
Second half, guys and defense came out and were able to get stops. What adjustments were made during that break?
Y'all need to hit that like button too.
He said, "What adjustments was made in the second half?" He said, "Nothing. We just dropped our nuts."
I like Cam Smith. Yeah, I usually don't say I like Gamecock players. I like.
Look at this. This is people tweeting before the game. Florida serving up an L to Vandy for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we stomping that shit out.
Boy, did that go wrong?
Let me ask: would Vanderbilt beat Miami?
No, that's a good game.
Hell no!
Oh, here it is right here though.
You said hell
no. I don't see any reason why they.
So
I don't know why they couldn't beat Miami.
This is Texas A&M game. It was so empty in there.
This out during commercial break. I don't know if this is not quite the 4x100.
Shout out to Jimbo, man. Shout out to Jimbo.
Yep, shout out to Jimbo.
Man, the Aggie fans are unhinged.
What do you think it's going to look like for the Pittsburgh game?
Those boys was ready to relay in there. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen at that Pittsburgh game, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to do my part. Oh, now speaking of Vanderbilt whooped Florida, 31-24. Vanderbilt got 2 in a row, 2 SEC wins in a row.
He got to come in and defend himself. I just
man, it ain't no defense, man.
So you know what's crazy?
Isn't, but
man, you know all the Florida fans, they're not gonna show up today, other than the usual. Matthew Walker, of course. Master of Dreams in here.
Vandy hadn't won a conference game since 2019, and now they've won 2.
Yeah,
2 in a row.
There it is.
Who Vandy play next? Tennessee, don't it?
Yeah, they play Tennessee.
Oh,
they're winning that game.
I don't know, man. It might be a tough game for Tennessee. I just saw South Carolina drop 63 on them. I don't know. I might have to take Vandy on that one.
They was champions in October.
Oh man, Auburn's 1 win away from being bowl eligible. Ooh, that might be a good game with Alabama.
Shout out to Cadillac.
Beat Alabama.
Well,
Shout out to
Auburn
Cadillac.
always plays Bama tough, right? So
And, Missouri handled business against New Mexico State, 45-14. All right, let's leave that shitty conference. Let's go on over
The
to
best
another shitty conference, Pac-12.
The best
The conference that people care about.
Any unranked matchups? Washington State.
The conference where
They
you
beat
get all your
Arizona.
NFL players.
Washington State beat Arizona 31-20, and you got Stanford that lost to Cal 27-20. Neither team will be bowling this year. Yeah, that's it for the Pac-12 trash conference. Let's go over to the Big Ten.
Yeah, no, I'm like, what is that?
Somebody watching.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm hearing all these kids in the background, and y'all can hear me sprinkle water on my plate. For real?
Yeah, you gotta mute yourself, bro.
I was trying to be quiet as hell when I was doing it. And I was like, really?
By the way you sound like you washing them dishes, we know you missed a couple spots.
I did. Damn, man, my microphone must be really good.
So you got Wisconsin that beat Nebraska by 1 point, 15-14. Northwestern continue the losing streak, 10 in a row. Purdue beats them 17-9.
Indiana destroyed Northwestern.
Indiana beats Michigan State. Wow. And Iowa beats Minnesota.
Man, ain't nobody want to win that division. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
that Big Ten. The Big Ten West it might be worse
Michigan,
than the Coastal. Might be.
Michigan versus Ohio State. Boy, that's gonna be matchup of the year. Whoever win that game possibly could jump Georgia.
No.
They possibly could jump them.
No.
Depending on
national champions. They're undefeated.
Depending on how Florida performed against how Georgia performed against Georgia Tech. One of them could probably jump them. This is you're talking about a top two matchups right there.
Georgia not getting jumped.
Georgia's not getting jumped no more.
Ohio State needed to blow Maryland out.
Ohio State needs to blow Maryland out
to jump Georgia.
All right, TCU handled business. Or we talked about that one already. Texas put a beating on the Jayhawks. 55-14.
Texas woke up.
They were not amused.
Yeah, and then Texas Tech.
They got tired of losing to Kansas. I mean, I would too. They took their frustration.
And then you have Texas Tech. They handle business against Iowa State. So let's go into next. Actually, the ACC. Forgot about the ACC. The best conference in the country. How about that, Sarge? All right, so matchups that wasn't ranked. Virginia Tech beats Liberty by 1 point.
Yeah, Liberty tripping right there.
Why do y'all pick Liberty?
What is up with Virginia Tech and Liberty? It's like they can't beat them. Or if they do beat them, it'd be like a point or two.
No, Hugh Freeze,
Why do Virginia Tech keep scheduling these boys?
If Virginia schools, you're acting like a bad look for Virginia Tech. I'm like, well, that's
it is a bad look for them. They keep getting beat by them or barely beating them.
Liberty's Miami play FIU 3 years ago.
Liberty's been a thorn in their foot for the last couple of years.
Virginia Tech needed that win. I don't know what you did. This is a good win for Virginia Tech. They
didn't need that win. They 3-8.
Where is Liberty located?
Do nothing for them.
Liberty beat Arkansas and who else? Well, they beat Arkansas a couple.
BYU.
Yeah.
Where is Liberty located?
Virginia.
I don't even know if Liberty even has a school.
Oh, if they're in Virginia, then that's why Virginia Tech schedules. It's a local thing.
Well,
open up the economy.
They need to do what Florida do and stop doing it. Get you some easier matchups to come to the swamp or wherever that valley or wherever they play at. Duke, they lost to Pitt, 28-26. Syracuse.
Y'all beating Pitt next week?
Pitt's
we played Pitt next. We play them this Saturday.
Well, Pitt's going to play next week. I'm not sure, but
does
Miami's
Pitt win by? So does Pitt win by 28 or 35? What do you think?
35.
We'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
If Miami win, they get the bowl game, right?
Yeah, Miami win, we'll be bowl eligible. If we're not, season's over.
Man, if y'all beat that, if y'all are bowl eligible after next week, that's a miracle. It's a minor miracle.
That's what I'm saying. Here's what I want to happen. I want Florida State to beat Florida, so Florida will be 6-6.
That's gonna happen.
And I want Miami to beat Pitt, so we'll be 6-6, and hopefully they match us up for a bowl game.
Oh,
that would actually be fun.
Now y'all probably
be terrible.
Oh my God,
that would be nice though. That would be nice.
Miami's
see Mario versus Billy.
That would be the ultimate.
The ultimate ass bowl.
It'll be nice to see Mario versus Billy, especially with all these recruits they going back and forth.
The ultimate ass bowl.
The toilet bowl.
And of course, moment of silence for Virginia. They didn't play this week. They had a tragedy, that happened on campus.
It was so
where the
stupid.
former football players, murdered 3 and injured 2.
Dumb.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
just stupid.
Yeah, smart to cancel this game. They probably would have,
Yeah, that would have been too emotional. All right, let's go into next week. I guess we'll start in the ACC, of course. Rivalry week.
It's called English.
I don't really care about rivalry week. We don't really got a rival week, really. So basically,
to have a rival, you would actually have to be competitive.
North Carolina versus North Carolina State. Who you guys taking? North Carolina versus North Carolina State.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
It's North Carolina
Tar Heels or whatever they're called.
North Carolina is home, and they are a 6.5 point favorite. So,
I'm gonna go North Carolina.
I just watched North Carolina lose to Georgia Tech. God damn it.
NC State by 7.
I actually feel better about picking North Carolina now that they lost to Georgia Tech. They got that ugly game out of them. Now they're gonna put.
Nah, you just want North Carolina to win. So if Clemson beat them in the ACC championship, your chances of making the playoffs even better. Let's go North Carolina State.
No. If that was the case, I wanted North Carolina to win last night.
Let's go North Carolina State, beat North Carolina, make their record look even worse. So when Clemson play them in the ACC championship, it looked like an ass game.
CeeDee Lamb just made a nasty catch.
If we don't make the playoff, I ain't gonna be broken up over it. I mean, it is what it is.
So you got Florida State sitting at 8-3, then you got Florida sitting at 6-5. This game is in Tallahassee. Florida State is a 9-point favorite. Over and under is at 58. Who you guys taking this week? Florida State or Florida?
Oh, Florida State all day long.
Bro, we dog
Florida State or Florida? You guys let me know in the chat.
You want me to be realistic or do you want me to pick Florida?
Pick Florida.
If you pick
Neither
Florida,
one. I don't like either one of them.
If you pick Florida, it could happen because it's a rivalry game. Anything could happen.
That's what Miami was saying. This is a rivalry game.
We heard that 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think I said on the
We
sideline.
heard that 2 weeks ago.
I say 35-20 Florida State.
I mean, last season, Florida State thought they was going to win this game too, and we saw how that turned out.
Yeah, our quarterback got hurt, unfortunately. You right.
Yeah, so anything can happen. He could get
Florida
hurt this
State,
game
my
too.
son, is going
Travis
to beat
had played that
Florida's
whole
ass.
game. We would have beat Florida last year too.
Now, I'm just pushing out scenarios, but I do want Florida State to win this game, unfortunately.
They will.
I mean, I ain't got no better choice on the other side.
35-20 Florida State wins.
As long as we contain AR, I'm not worried.
They saying the same thing. As long as we can contain Jordan Travis, I'm not worried.
Yeah,
we a little bit more than Jordan Travis if you actually watch our team. We a little bit more than just Jordan Travis.
Oh, you got a running back. They got a running back too. He's called Montrell.
They got a couple.
Johnson.
We got like three.
They got two of them actually.
We got like
two good ones.
You got Lorenzo Lingard, boy. What up? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they got ETN and they got Johnson. So they got two good running backs.
And them boys ran for like 45 yards against Vanderbilt. So like I said, as long as
but
we
they'll
can
find a way to
AR,
run for 200.
As long as we
they'll
can
find a way to
contain
run
AR.
for 200 against y'all.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know you wouldn't.
But they best linebacker missing the first half.
This matchup might be a little bit. It might be a little even if you look at it.
It won't be.
It's
Now, as long as they don't have AR-15 throwing a Hail Mary for the last pass of the game, y'all will be good.
How did he throw the ball out of the back of the end zone?
Bro, I was watching that shit. I was like, you must thought he had another play or something.
He missed it by that much.
And to be honest, they shouldn't have got that play. That play before
I was saying
the
that
clock
too. I
ran
was
down.
saying he shouldn't even got that play off.
Because ain't that the same thing what happened with TVD last year? Like, because it was only 3 seconds. They couldn't. But I'm saying they wasn't supposed to have to get that play. Is what I'm saying. Because
Yeah,
the
but at
rule,
least
some rule they were
spiked
saying.
the ball and then game was over. This man just threw it out the back of the end zone. Didn't even give nobody a chance.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, boy. Somewhere in the stands, there's a player sitting there waiting to catch the ball. That was terrible.
38-17.
I'll take Florida State for the win, and then they could lose whatever game after that. I don't care. Miami versus Pitt. Pitt is 6.5 point favorite. Over and under is 44.
Are y'all home or away?
We're
home. So it's away.
Hell, Miami ain't got a home
game anymore.
Take Miami.
Miami went home. Miami ain't got no home game.
If Miami lose, season's over.
I'm be honest. It's hard for me to see y'all beating Pitt. And
I
don't
see it.
over. And I don't even think
who's going to try.
Pitt
Pitt
by
got
14.
that running back, Abanikanda.
I don't even think Pitt's that good. But y'all can't score. Y'all can't score points.
Nope.
Y'all let me know in the chat.
Miami's O-line
Who you guys think? Who you guys think in the chat? Who you guys think is going to win? Miami or Pitt?
Yeah,
put your score predictions.
One thing Pitt does have is
I'll give Miami credit. They did score 10 points against Clemson.
Those were on short fields, though.
It was by accident.
By accident.
They didn't generate the offense for those scores. Clemson turned the ball over. And
it's like letting them make.
I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. It should have been some other touchdowns too, but some of the balls was overthrown, and then we had penalties that messed us up after good play.
Can we trade Berge for Henry Lee?
I'm sorry, man. Just after watching every game this season, this is where my head's at. I ain't apologizing for nothing. We suck, man.
Bro, we haven't lost to Pitt since 17.
Y'all beat Pitt last year?
Sure.
Yeah, well, we beat Pitt every year.
For that,
well, I didn't know that.
We was the only ACC lost their
Pitt won the ACC last year, didn't they?
Yeah, we was the only ACC.
We still beat
they had.
Oh,
we hadn't lost to Middle Tennessee State in over 80 years. Guess what? We still lost.
I mean, you've also never beaten Middle Tennessee State, so
exactly. You figured after 80 years, you'd probably be a little better and ready for the game. Got smoked, son.
So nobody's picking us to beat Pitt. All right, cool.
No.
Whenever the Norse come.
Yo, Peanut might actually be onto something with the score. That's probably accurate.
Whatever score Lenore's come in here and put later on, that's my score prediction.
Lenore's ain't going to come in here.
Lenore say Miami's going to win.
Y'all got to get over 100 yards of offense for me to pick Miami.
Yeah.
This game, I'm not sure if it'll happen, but Virginia versus Virginia Tech.
I think they'll play. I think they'll play.
Team really have
I mean, I think that game will happen. I think they'll switch it over to Virginia Stadium.
Yeah,
just a hunch.
They're not going to. They've never done that. That's that game's going to be played.
Yeah, they'll play it.
Yeah.
I almost want to pick Virginia in that game.
Right.
Georgia is a 35-point favorite against Georgia Tech.
As they should be.
Yeah, as they should be.
Yeah.
I ain't taking them to cover it, though.
If Georgia Tech was running the triple cheese, then yeah, they couldn't cover the spread, but I don't think they got it in them.
If you do the spread math, this Vegas thinks this is a 42-7 win. So yeah, that's right.
Georgia Tech out their miracle game yesterday. They're burnt out, done and over with.
I'm gonna take Georgia to win, but they're not gonna cover 35.
All right.
I'm gonna say the score is gonna be 40-10.
But Georgia always lays it on Georgia Tech, so
that's my score prediction, 40-10. Don't ask me how I came up with it.
Does this dude say the same thing he just constantly says hi, Uncle Phil, and that's it? Is that all he does? Did he say anything else?
That's Todd. What? He's a Florida State fan. He's just begging for my attention.
I mean, it's like, come on, dude. Say something original. Make it funny. Something. Just make me laugh.
Todd, I got two new sound bites to play. So when you donate, I'll play them. How about that?
Damn.
Peanut said he got 98 problems.
Man, Peanut.
Keep the 98.
Trying to be funny though.
Time out. Peanut, how the hell did y'all lose to Tennessee? South Carolina just showed you how it's done. 63 points they put up on them. Is it safe to say that Alabama's rebuilding? This was a rebuild year?
With 2 losses? No.
Yeah.
All right,
it's almost about
South Carolina. South Carolina will take on Clemson. Clemson's at home. Clemson is almost a 15-point favorite.
I'm taking South Carolina.
I'm taking South Carolina.
Let's go Beamer
to cover or to win?
I'm taking South Carolina to win.
Hell yeah!
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I hope Clemson absolutely rips the feathers off those Gamecocks.
Y'all are prediction for this game is South Carolina 63.
Y'all don't know how this
Clemson 38.
Rip the feathers off of them.
Yeah, it's in Clemson. I might have to retract on my last statement.
Nope. I'm taking South Carolina 63-38.
South Carolina will not look like that team you saw Saturday.
Clemson 70-10.
Tennessee is a better team than Clemson.
South Carolina fans know that too. They've been South Carolina has not been that team this entire season.
I got Spencer Rattler throwing 7 touchdowns in this game.
All right,
I got him throwing 7 picks.
And I can guarantee you on the second drive, it's going to be a blown coverage. All the quarterback got to do is put it right on the money.
All right, I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting y'all don't know how this rivalry works. It's fine.
I've seen this rivalry in the past couple of years. All y'all been doing is putting y'all foot up their ass.
And it's been more than the past couple of years. Try the last 8.
Was it like the past 20?
But I got hope for South Carolina. 63-38. Let's go South Carolina.
Yeah, you haven't watched South Carolina's offense this season. Every time they've played a good defensive line, they haven't been able to move the ball. It's going to be
South Carolina. Y'all got it. I believe in y'all. Louisville versus Kentucky. Kentucky's a 4-point favorite at home.
I got Louisville.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Louisville too. I can't take Kentucky serious after they lost to Vanderbilt.
I thought the spread would be a little bit closer, but
I can't take any team serious in the chat that lost to Vanderbilt.
I can't take anybody seriously who loses to any team from Tennessee.
Kentucky has Louisville's number. That's the only problem. It's like Louisville's playing football, but Kentucky just owns them.
Yeah,
I thought Louisville was going to beat
Kentucky by like 20.
Wake Forest versus Duke.
And if Cunningham doesn't play, I don't.
Wake Forest is a 4-point favorite in this one.
It's going to be a good game.
That's a tough one.
I take Duke.
I think I'm gonna go with Wake.
I'm gonna lean Wake. I think
Wake Forest in basketball mode. I don't think they're not gonna win this one.
I think Duke is all hype this year.
Duke is all hype.
Oh shit!
They were picked to win 3 games, sir. What are you talking about? Duke, Mike was coach of the year. If it's not like Mike Norvell or something.
Peanut, where you been, Peanut?
Mike Elko was coach of the year in the ACC. They were picked dead last.
Peanut, where you been, Peanut?
20 seconds on the clock.
All right, well, I guess Peanut in the backwoods somewhere in Alabama. Syracuse, Boston College.
Syracuse.
Syracuse won 6 games in a row and then just went straight downhill, 5 straight.
Yeah, but Boston College is trash.
You know what? I'm going to go.
I'll take Syracuse for the win. Boston College ain't serious.
I'm gonna go with Cuse. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cuse.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. No. Man, that's a tough way that you start 6-0 and then lose 5 out of your last 6.
Let's go into the SEC. Let's go into the SEC. This should be an interesting week for them. Thursday night to kick it off, you got Mississippi State versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 3-point favorite.
Give me Mississippi State. I think they. I don't know. I think they check. I think Lane is about to leave. He's going to announce he's leaving.
Yeah, Lane's gone.
So I'm still taking Ole Miss.
I am going Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Give me Mike Leach.
And do what with him?
Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss. Oh man! Oh, so this game. Oh, the Florida State game on Friday. I thought it was on Saturday. Oh, we already talked about that one. Arkansas,
Friday.
Missouri.
That's a surprise.
Arkansas, Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri's at home. Arkansas is a 4.5-point favorite.
Oh, this is a 3:30 kickoff, man. These Thanksgiving kickoffs, I'm loving it. We get football earlier.
I'll go Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Arkansas.
I'm gonna go Arkansas.
Yeah, I'll take Arkansas.
How's it going, Polk?
What's going on, Todd?
How's it going, Polk?
All right, we talked about Georgia Tech. We talked about Clemson. All right, so Auburn versus
you're breaking up, bro.
1K.
Todd, you breaking up, man?
No, seriously, they do make.
Can't hear a word he's saying.
I can't hear a word you're saying, Todd.
Oh, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
So.
Yeah, you probably ran out of minutes.
Well, that was quick.
Okay.
Auburn versus Alabama. Alabama's at home. They're 21.5-point favorite. Dang, who kids going nuts? Somebody sound like they had a daycare.
It's been going on since we started.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe y'all heard me doing my damn dishes over that.
Y'all think?
And we called that out first over the kids. That's
Auburn by point.
Y'all think Auburn can pull this off?
Bama wins, but Auburn will play it close.
I think Bama's rolling.
I got Auburn by a point.
By a point? Jeez.
Well, you know what?
Yep, I got Auburn
surprise me. Auburn's kind of playing hard right now. Cadillac Williams is their interim right now. That's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, Cadillac Williams.
They have been playing hard for them.
Auburn is going to play with some 2013 season levels of bullshit in this game. And I think they're going to win by a point.
I'm gonna take Auburn. I'm gonna take Auburn for the upset, even though I don't believe they're gonna win.
I ain't picking them to upset, but I think they can cover.
All right, LSU is a 9.5-point favorite against Texas A&M.
LSU big.
I'm gonna take
big win. LSU.
Man, it's only a 10-point spread. Shit.
No way.
That's probably
no
the
way.
easiest
LSU,
money you could possibly make.
Yeah, that's easy money.
Texas
Why do I
A&M
have
is
a feeling? Why do I have a feeling that LSU is gonna go in there and fumble the bag?
Man, if they do, hey, that's good for Clemson. Then we're gonna have to talk about Clemson and Alabama possibly getting in.
Yeah, if LSU loses this game, that's big for a lot of those other teams on the front.
I don't think LSU's losing.
I don't think so either. But
yeah, me neither.
I just got
boy,
a
would that be
crazy
funny.
feeling.
I mean, it doesn't hurt LSU as far as the SEC because they lose the division, but man, that would be a shitty loss. What way to end your conference, slate right before you play
Man,
Georgia.
speaking of shitty way to end the season, imagine Tennessee losing to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
That might legitimately happen.
That might happen actually.
That's crazy that the line is.
Vanderbilt wins by 10.
And Tennessee is a 16-point favorite.
Because Hooker's done. Like Hooker's done.
Hooker's
So
done.
that might happen. That might happen.
So Vanderbilt could possibly be bowl eligible.
8 interceptions, ain't he?
Can you imagine having that on your resume at the end of the year? Beat Florida, beat Kentucky, and Tennessee? Man, Vanderbilt will be selling hopes and dreams to these recruits.
Man, if Vandy beats Tennessee to get bowl
eligible, keep it up. I'd probably go to Vanderbilt.
The Vandy to the moon. Vandy's about to have a top 25 class next year. What?
Yeah.
Let's go into the Big 12. Texas Baylor, Friday night. Well, Friday afternoon.
I don't trust Baylor to win a single game the rest of the year. So
Baylor.
Texas is a 7.5-point favorite.
I need Baylor to win.
Baylor has fumbled the bag so many times this year. I don't trust them to win another game.
I'm going Baylor.
I'm gonna take Texas. Them Longhorns might be on to something right now. They might be trying to come into the SEC a little bit strong. Oklahoma State versus West Virginia.
Oklahoma State by 20.
Yeah,
there's no way I can pick West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia is just absolute trash.
Yeah, West Virginia right now, they have nothing to play for. They're 4-7 with no chance of making a bowl. They'll be mentally checked out. Iowa State, TCU. I'm take TCU for the win. TCU is a 10.5-point favorite.
This
is a trap game.
This might be the shocker right here.
It's a trap game.
Yep, I got Iowa State in this one.
This might be the shocker.
I'm going to take TCU for the win, but I won't be surprised if it's like by 3 points or less. I won't be surprised.
Yeah, Iowa State would not shock me.
Yeah, it is a home game for the Horned Frogs, so hopefully, and I do mean hopefully, they win this game. I want to see some new faces in that playoffs. Tired of the usual suspects. So TCU could win. Most likely Georgia will be in there. TCU could be in there. And then Ohio State or Michigan, depending on who beat who. And then everybody else will fight for that last spot. Hopefully they get the USC, not Clemson. Oklahoma, Texas Tech. Oklahoma versus Texas Tech. Oklahoma is a 1.5-point favorite. Texas Tech at home. Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, I go Oklahoma, but Oklahoma hasn't been good. Oh, that's tough. I'll go Oklahoma.
You got Kansas versus Kansas State. Kansas State is
Kansas State big.
Yeah, 12-point favorite. Y'all take
Kansas by 3.
All right, let's go into the Big 12. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about there. Game of the week, most likely, Ohio State versus Michigan. Friday night, you got Iowa versus Nebraska. Iowa's a 10-point favorite at home. I'll definitely take Iowa. For the win. Nebraska's just terrible.
Iowa.
The question is, though, who's going to be the new head coach for Nebraska starting next season? That's going to be interesting to watch play out. Game of the week. Number 2, Ohio State versus number 3, Michigan.
Woo! I got Michigan.
I'm going Michigan, too.
Both teams
why is
right
the
now,
line so
Ohio State
11-0, 8-0 in conference.
Does that say Ohio State's a 7.5 point? I can't see that.
8.5.
8.5 points.
8.5.
Man,
I haven't seen anything that makes Ohio State at 8.5 points.
I'll go and bet the over on this game.
I don't understand this line.
I'm picking Michigan. But maybe they know better than me. Maybe.
Me too.
Michigan barely survived yesterday, so I don't know.
mean,
if that
Ohio
had
State was in a
So did
dog fight
Ohio
with
State.
Maryland.
Maryland
It is in
was in
Columbus,
position to
so-
win that game. Like you. Encyclopedia with the best comment.
Yeah, encyclopedia.
Clemson it's Kitty Cat T2Y.
Maryland versus Rutgers. Maryland's 14-point favorite.
We'll go Maryland.
Blue Raider
That's
T2Y.
Maryland.
Northwestern versus Iowa. I meant Illinois. Well, I'm going to say Iowa.
Same team, really.
Illinois. Yeah, Illinois will win. And Northwestern will lose 11 games straight after beating Nebraska in week 1. That's crazy.
That is crazy. They have lost 11 straight. That's
Wisconsin
wild. That's tough
versus
to do.
Minnesota.
Peanut in the chat.
Now, Wisconsin's at home, and they're a 3-point favorite.
I think the Badgers.
Minnesota.
I'm going Minnesota.
Peanut, what does that even mean?
Peanut roll. You better stop letting Uncle Lou bully you. Stop letting him bully you, man.
My first time seeing that one.
Oh, man.
Damn, he said you don't need 3 more payments to have 100 yards. That's nasty. Ugh. That's nasty. Oh.
Peanut should say nothing about payments. Did he tell us he make payments at
That's actually really good though.
This man came on here and told us he got his phone from Rent-A-Center. He making
Yeah,
payments.
dude.
It's like $3. It's like $3 a week.
Oh, get 100 minutes.
What kind of phone do you get from Rent-A-Center?
I don't know, man.
I got the old Razor flip phone.
Hey, those were dope back in the day, man. I like
they
my
were. I had
Razor.
one. I
had one. They were good.
Your Razor too. Those shit used to be the shit.
Yep, they were freaking great,
You were
man.
nobody unless you had a Razor.
Oh. We can take it way back though. Go back to the Motorola StarTech.
Purdue's a 10-point favorite. I'll take Purdue.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that game.
Let's go. Purdue.
Michigan State versus Penn State. Penn State is an 18-point favorite.
Yeah, I gotta go Penn State.
I'll take the Fighting Manny Diaz's.
I'll go Penn State.
This
The
is
Bulls
Manny
Award
Diaz's
winner.
final push for his Bulls Award. I'm rolling with Manny in this one. I'm going to take Penn State for the win and to cover the 18 points.
Yeah, they should be able to smash out Michigan State pretty hard.
Yeah, so Michigan State, unfortunately, will not be bowl eligible. Damn, Mel Tucker. You got paid, didn't you?
Yes, he did.
I wish I could get paid to suck at my
That's
job.
what happens when you get instant success out of transfer portal.
Being a college coach is the best job in the world. You literally get paid a lot of money to suck.
And then you get paid to get fired.
That's what I'm
of
saying.
money.
That's what I'm saying. And the worse you do, the more money you get. If it seems.
I mean, hell, Bio could that could set everyone up for life. Most normal people, at
Jimbo's
least.
about to get $90 million for sucking.
Yo, if they end up paying him to leave that'd be just I don't even have any words for that, man. That's just insane. And then he'll get another freaking $50-60 million contract from somebody else.
Right.
All right, so you got Arizona State versus Arizona. Worthless matchup.
I'll take Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, look like Mike Norvell might not be going to Arizona State after all.
Man, stop with that.
Nah, he's
We all know Deion Sanders is going to Arizona State.
no.
All right, UCLA versus Cal. UCLA is a 9-point favorite.
Yeah, take
Going with
UCLA.
The Bruins.
You know what? Give me Cal.
Wow.
Okay.
I think UCLA just fell off.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oregon versus Oregon State. Oregon is a
Oregon.
3.5-point favorite.
Let's go Oregon.
I'm going
Yeah,
with
Oregon.
I think that line is too
Oregon
close.
State is at home.
Oregon.
State.
Utah versus Colorado. Utah is a almost 30-point favorite.
Yeah, Utah. Colorado has one game on the entire year.
I'm taking Colorado.
You don't believe it.
I don't, but I'm taking them anyway.
Nobody believes that.
Peter said at least have 100 minutes.
Oh, that's messed up. Yeah, Peanut bringing fire today.
Wow.
Oh,
Notre Dame,
right though.
USC. That should be a good one.
should be a good
USC's
one.
at home,
I'm
and they're a
going Notre
6-point
Dame.
favorite.
Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame upsets.
Notre Dame is going to screw over USC.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think so.
Notre Dame.
There's a
I'ma
real
take
possibility it happens.
I'm gonna take USC by 17. Stop playing.
Yeah, I'm
with me.
taking USC, bro.
Yeah, I'm
17.
taking USC.
That's all the Miami fans. Of course, y'all not gonna pick Notre Dame.
I don't know.
No,
man.
that has nothing to do with it.
No, Notre Dame might be it might be the
Notre
team to pick in this one.
Notre Dame is better
I
on
mean,
the
they
line.
did blow out Clemson.
Notre Dame is better on the lines of scrimmage, and that goes a long way. I don't know.
Man,
I think it's gonna be a good game.
You sound like you're coming from a place of seeing this.
I am
up
coming
front.
from a place of experience. Yeah.
Oh man, the boys at Clemson said last time we saw Notre Dame, all we saw was a tail light.
But Clemson don't have an offense like USC.
I think Clemson top to bottom is a better team than USC.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't do all that. Well, this team beat this team, so that means
No,
they beat this team. That don't mean nothing.
I agree with that. But
That's like MMA match. Fighter A beats fighter B. Fighter B beats fighter C. So fighter C.
if the game is won in the trenches, I think Notre Dame has the edge.
At the end of the day, I got to deal with one or two things. If USC wins, they go to the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Let's say they win the Pac-12, go to the playoffs. Now I got to listen to all these dumbass Miami fans tell me that Mario could have did the same thing in his first year.
What's up?
No, it couldn't. Riley, look at Riley's record compared to mine. Riley's got what, like a 70% winning percentage record.
Yeah,
Mario
I would go to the playoffs.
Mario is 67 and 66.
Bergie.
What?
When have we been known for having smart fans?
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness!
They all want to fire Mario right now.
Wow.
Hey.
They all want to fire Mario. They all want to fire Mario.
No, I don't want to fire him. I want to fire our offensive coordinator, but I don't want to fire Mario. But he better do something next year and show that this year
Or
was.
else he's going to be fired.
No, he won't be fired.
No, Mario's going to be there.
I don't care who you're playing or who you have.
He's like, who y'all going to hire next, Miami?
I said this about Manny when he first got hired because everybody was like, "Oh, Manny's a hometown guy." Blah, blah, blah. The worst place that you want to fail is at home. So believe me when I tell you, Mario does not want to fail here as opposed to any other place. And if he does, it's going to really haunt him for a long time. So I believe the man's going to put his heart into it. But you have to do it.
The good news for Miami is Mario going to be there for at least 5 years. At least. 5 years.
Now, in the words of Pope Seminole TV, them boys still cooting.
For now,
them boys get whooped and they still cooting.
No, we're gonna have a good class come in, and there's every possibility you're gonna see a huge turnover in talent, and there'll be a lot of things.
Laughing, bro.
But don't expect next year to be, we're gonna get 10 wins. No, we're not. It's gonna be an extremely young team that's extremely inexperienced, and it's gonna take a little time. But I believe that there'll be a change, but it's not gonna happen overnight.
Definitely not.
Man, we play you guys again next year, don't we?
Well, we got Marley Wop, and then we got come out of the commit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Next year is going to be interesting because the ACC gets rid of the conferences. So.
What that tells me about the Cormani thing is that there's a lot more things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, and there's conversations going on again that we don't know about. And, so let's people need to pump the brakes as far as assuming they know what's on Mario's mind. You don't. You really don't.
To be honest.
All right, so I mean, if you went by if you went by like getting rid of the whole ACC thing and all that, this year it still would have been the same. It'd still be Clemson, North Carolina. Florida State would be sitting right on the outside.
Obviously, the teams.
Well, what if who does North Carolina play?
North Carolina.
What if they lose to NC State?
They'll still have a better ACC record than y'all.
Oh, okay.
Y'all lost 3 in a row.
That's right. North Carolina's other loss was the Notre Dame, and they're not in the ACC.
Yeah.
So this year or next year, it wouldn't even matter. It's still the same this year anyway.
Yeah, I got to go on mute for a minute. I'll be right back.
Hey, T.Y.
What up, boss?
What's up with you, man? You heard about Ben Watson? You know Ben Watson there?
Ben Watson?
Yeah, the tight end.
He used to play for the Gators, right?
No, he used to play. What the hell? He used to play for Georgia.
Georgia.
The Gators. The hell?
I thought you used to play for the Gators.
But no, look, listen.
You talking about Peter Burns? What he?
Oh, you heard about? You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, when Peter Burns made that joke.
Yeah, about his wife and shit, and then they went off set. I don't know what happened off set, but yeah, T.Y. Yeah, hey, if you want to, you pull that up. Like he had said something about his wife or something like that, and then they went off set and came back. Ben Watson, the only one came back.
Yeah, Ben Watson, he was the only one that came back. I was like, oh Lord. He was straight faced too. They were like,
yeah, he was straight faced, like he just went and just. I don't know what he did. I don't know what happened, but he went straight something out or something.
So I reported. I just reported this earlier. Marcus Stokes. Florida basically pulled his scholarship. Controversial video of him saying the N-word. I guess he was in the car singing along to a song. Florida pulled his scholarship. Don't know where he's gonna end up. I think he's listed as a 4-star. I think he's listed as a 4-star quarterback. Yeah. So probably could try to go back to Penn State. That's where he committed to commit to the Florida Gators.
Nah, ain't nobody. No Power 5 teams gonna take him after that.
Nope, not after that.
Yep.
That's embarrassing.
He better find an FCS.
The first video I made about this, I asked a lot of the fans in the comment section for their opinion, and apparently I can already tell the demographic of people that agreed that what he said wasn't wrong.
Oh yeah, it was all. Yeah, you can go in the comments. It's like it's pretty predictable.
Yeah, I mean,
he messed himself up saying that.
Some of the comments was like, "What's the problem if he says it? All the black people says it."
Oh yeah, I love that one. That's
one of the problems.
You can
one of the
guarantee
problem
that
is
there.
I mean, whether or not you can say it or not is irrelevant. Why would you want to say it?
That's my thing. What's the big? I don't understand why white people are so infatuated with the word. If you ain't racist, if you ain't racist, what you so infatuated with the word for?
Yeah. Why would you say it so bad?
What you want to say it so bad?
Even if you could say it freely, why would you want to?
If you ain't racist, what you want to say it for?
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. What you guys said the dude named Ben Watson?
Yeah, Ben Watson.
He played at Duke, then he transferred to Georgia.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I think he might be under Benjamin Watson. You might have to. It'll be easier. Type Benjamin Watson. His full name.
I was trying to make it easy, man.
It'll come up quick. Oh no.
So he got in a fight or something?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
He was on the set. He was on the set with Peter Burns and a couple other analysts. And Peter Burns made a joke about his wife or something. And they went to commercial break after, and when they came back, Benjamin Watson walked back on the screen, but Peter Burns was gone. They looked like they had just got. Oh yeah. There's a video.
Easter service. Y'all kind of leave me out. But man, as long as I get the text from my wife that says I look good, send me the text. That's not the one she sent me.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 live TV.
When they go to commercial break, you don't see his reaction. But when they come back,
welcome back to the Farm Ridge halftime.
Wow! Everybody go. We cleared everything. Oh no, he coming back fixing his
he
jacket.
comes back.
Keep your wife's name out of his mouth.
Straight face. Look at him.
He took him out back.
He took him out back.
Wow.
He Will Smith them. Yeah, he Will Smith them.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say.
Oh man, damn. That's tough. Yeah, public service announcement. They asked me why I'm still trolling Florida Gators when we lost to Clemson by 30. Great answer by me, bitch, because I can.
Yeah, we're losing to Vanderbilt. You got to make
fun
of it.
All right, so Francis says on to the next chapter at Canes football. That's how five-star offensive
good luck, kid.
He's telling y'all he wants to decommit. That's sad.
Whoa.
That was Photoshop.
Somebody else, Hector Chavez. After a great call from Cristobal, I'm blessed to be offered my first D1 scholarship.
What's he play?
Let's see here.
5'10".
He's a lot.
I might want to pass.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Now he could hit a growth spurt. His class of 25, right? He's not done growing.
What is 5'10"? He's 5'10", 210?
Yeah, something like
that's
that.
Not bad. That's not bad
actually,
for a sophomore.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't know about that
sophomore. That's kind of thick though.
I've seen 100. I've seen linebackers
right?
I've seen linebackers in high school that are like 180. Like
I mean, that means that the kid's 16 years old, 15, 16 years old right now, and he's already 5'10", 210 pounds. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's normal. That's not weird. Yeah.
I mean, height-wise, okay, maybe you can use an inch or two, but as far as thickness goes, 210 is pretty solid for that age.
I agree. Now, if you were talking class of 23, then that might be a little bit.
Yeah, then I'm like, what? Why ain't you playing? And playing safety is a huge red flag.
He's got a bunch of years to grow.
2 years' time, he'll have another 20 pounds on him easy.
All these high schools got turf.
Who are we looking at right now? Which the same player?
Yeah, the Hector.
He's kind of slow.
Okay. Chavez.
Kind of slow. Oh, okay.
Didn't look slow there.
Good.
He looks slow in coverage.
But this is just a huddle tape. I don't take these for granted because they make anybody look like a superstar.
Yeah.
Oh! Came in crushing.
His name's Hector Chavez, right?
Yeah.
He got dreads and he looked like he should be named Jaquan Johnson, not Hector Chavez.
That's messed up, man.
Definitely can hit though.
Oh,
He's got to be mixed.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I can say
some
that.
awareness too.
I can say that because, come on, stop.
Yeah, because I'm mixed, so I can say it.
Oh, everybody's mixed when you think about it.
I mean, he's solid. He's young though, so you can't really take him ahead of.
Like I said, he's got to be like 15 years old.
Hey, good on the young man for getting an offer. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2025. He got time. Yeah, congratulations to him. Oh snap! What's about to happen now?
Oh, this is where that boy steal the helmet.
Wow.
He goes up to him. He's like, "Yo, give me back my helmet."
He stole the helmet. That's
shit
crazy.
right now before he can your shit. That's what he just said. I read his lips. Man, you better bring me my shit for hit you in your mouth.
I would have chased him down. I'm beating his ass if you do
No,
that.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of glad to see the kid showed some restraint.
I mean, you weren't gonna catch him.
He's better than me.
He wasn't gonna catch him anyway.
Oh! Did you see that bush? The grass, I mean?
Whoa!
Yeah, I ain't trying to get canceled.
I saw some green grass. That was a cool picture.
Yeah.
What is that? I thought that was a uniform.
What the hell?
IMG.
Oh, it's actually a cool picture, but I thought that was the actual uniform at first. I was about to say that's a
I know
freaking uniform.
Drip, but I mean that's kind of taking it too far.
That would look cool as hell though if they actually had a shirt like that. Oh! I saw a blue blanket.
I guess Urban.
I'm surprised you knew what color it was. I don't know.
Hey, groove be on y'all head, boy.
I guess.
Man.
I just went with it. Yeah, there you go. MJ.
Ruby having them Miami fans going crazy. I just be strolling down laughing.
MGF won the world title last night.
Had a great time at the University of Miami today.
That was a good pay-per-view last night, man. AEW kicked it. I liked it.
Marcus
They usually put on pretty good shows.
Yeah, they do. They always put on a good show.
Dylan, class of 2024.
What's his name? Struggles? Striggles. Oh, sorry. Look like Struggles.
Dillard? Okay.
He's a 24. He's a 24 guy.
What is he? 5'9",
160 receiver.
Yeah, that's kind of light.
I'll watch his tape later.
I mean, there's only so many Tutu Atwells out there.
Oh, controversy at Florida State. I forgot to ask you about this, Pope. What is up with McCall, man? What is up with this dude?
Hey, man, he's a young kid. Whatever he chooses to do.
I heard he might be going to Miami.
Y'all want him?
Sam McCall from Florida State.
What happened?
He's not happy with the team.
Oh.
Hey.
He's a young kid. If he chooses to stay, good.
What position he play?
Every team in America has a team has a player like him. That's what it is.
He don't want to be there.
What position is he? You said
safety / corner. I think me personally, I think he's more of a safety.
I trade you heads up him for James Williams. Yes or no?
No.
I'll take James. Give me James.
No, bro. I keep James, bro. What you talking about?
I'll take James.
Yeah,
Give me James.
bro.
Hell
You
off
tripping,
the
bro.
field.
You ready to get rid of James? No, man. He just needs some more development, and he'll be all right.
I like Sam. I hope Sam
James will play for us. He's talented.
I mean, at this moment, you could tell he's done. He's done with y'all.
A change of scenery.
He's checked out.
Yeah,
he's out.
They
said there's plenty of time that people try to come and talk to him, get him back, and he just went right back over there by himself.
Then he got to do what he got to do at the end of the day. Look, this Florida State machine ain't slowing down. We just getting going, guys.
That man said Mike Norvell promised me seasoned chicken. I'm tired of this.
We about to win 9 games. We ain't. I mean, come on. What you worried about?
Promised him a chicken breast, gave him ramen noodles.
Why is he acting like that though?
Mad.
Yeah, he's 18. I don't know. It could be a bunch of things.
Yeah, he's mad.
Has he said anything public to why? Because I see when he had put himself in the transfer portal and took himself out.
No, I think honestly, he handled it well. He hasn't said anything negative publicly. He just maybe he's just not happy, and if he's just not happy, then he got to do his best for him at the end.
My guy, just come on down to Miami. We know.
Yeah, go to Miami and get ruined. It's all good.
I mean, at one point he was committed to the Gators, so
he was.
Y'all should have knew y'all couldn't trust him.
Well, Dalvin was once committed to the Gators too, and we saw how that played out.
Dalvin was once committed to Clemson.
He was.
You love to see it, man. Trouble in paradise.
We won 3 straight natties if we had gotten Dalvin, man. I'm telling you.
Trouble in paradise.
That's one of my biggest Clemson recruiting what ifs.
Oh, my boy out here taking pictures with a pigskin Pete.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow.
Man, that raccoon said, "Fuck it."
The caption say UF fans on my timeline after losing the Vandy.
Do a flip.
Hey,
What?
he was living life, bro.
He went right back.
Oh my god!
I don't know what the raccoon was going through. but
Goodbye,
he was
cruel
done with it.
world.
Yo, that was messed up, man.
Bro, you hurt.
I am. I'm a little taken back right now.
Yeah, I'm a little shook.
Oh,
He ended up right there.
The way he jumped too, it was like, yay!
Like that was intentional. Like he had
Right?
no regret.
There was no accident. He was just like, yo, I'm out.
But yeah,
So-
raccoons aren't dumb animals. So he
Well,
did that on purpose.
Man, that it had to have been over. He might over a. I just that love is the only thing I can think of that makes him this like.
Man, girl got took and he was done.
For raccoon.
Yeah.
How much with alimony? I'm
Oh
out.
man, I'm dead.
Judge hit him with them child support payments. He was like, no.
He
Raccoon
said,
got
"Justice, not today."
Raccoon. I got 32 babies in my litter. I'm out, yo. It ain't happening. Oh, I got that. That was messed up, man. That hurt.
Yeah, it was big time. Terrible.
I think it hurt the raccoon more.
I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe there was something that we didn't see that he did, and he was like, "I got this." But
Michael Williams, thank you for the $2 sticker. I got something for you, boss. I got something for you.
Poppin' shit, you would think I went to school for chiropractic. You would think I went to school for chiropractic.
Quick and to the point.
hell yeah.
Hyping up mid.
Are all those clips from the Georgia Tech game?
I think they are. You know,
I got some from the Clemson game too. I just got to put them together. Edit out some of the parts. I definitely got a hit on that tight end across that middle. When Cam hit him so hard he had to cough it up.
I think Zero had a good hit on Shipley too.
I thought, oh yeah, oh man.
I think he lit Shipley up on the sideline, didn't he?
Yeah, I had Shipley on.
Yeah, was that the one where we got the 15-yard?
I don't remember.
Freaking.
No, I don't think it was a 50. Was it a penalty? I don't think it was.
There was one that was a penalty.
I think
that was early in the game.
That one was on Williams. I don't remember.
I know there was like one. There was a special team one. I think it was where somebody got lit up.
Now, see, these boys have all the time in the world.
Yeah, that's messed up what he said. The raccoon was a Canes fan and know how it feels. That's wrong.
Oh man,
that's just wrong, man. Damn, son.
Oh,
that's not
Florida
right.
State fans be telling me, "Oh, we don't be talking about Florida in Miami."
Bro,
I thought it was normal to lose to
I
Clemson.
never go
though.
on these message boards.
You got
If you want the opinion of a fan base, to go into a message board ain't the way to go.
The only one I ever go on now is I go on Canes Insights. That's it.
UF
boy
dropped
Fagan,
Marcus.
he
This is
committed to
actually
Clemson
how I found out about the Marcus update through Florida State. So they,
I just go on Twitter, man. Twitter gets everything first.
Oh, I can't do it. I tried that once and it's not happening.
They got another one here. The Big
I got off
Three, Canes
Twitter,
and
man.
Gators are in denial. Trust me. That's all they do all day. Sit there and talk about us. Y'all winning. Why y'all talking about us?
Bro, I don't be on them boards.
Candy canes.
You said I find it hilarious that the narrative for the Candy Canes and Gators now in week 12 is can win with Mullins players, can't win with Manning players. Straight BS. Both rosters are way better than what Norvell had year one.
You sure about that?
That's what they talking about. It is BS. Miami had a high-end quarterback and was preseason ranked for a reason. UF had two 10-win seasons in the last 4 years. These boys with it, but they can't help themselves, man. They can't help themselves. Have a whole board talking.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. Y'all winning, y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all finally get to go to a bowl game in 4 years.
Bro, if you go to the Canes message board,
us.
stop it. If you go to the Canes message board, y'all gonna have similar stuff. Stop the cap.
We ain't talking about y'all.
Bro. I'm talking about me. Understand when I talk, I don't take up for other Cane fans. I'm talking about me as a Cane fan. I don't know why y'all worried about us when y'all winning. Y'all going to a bowl game. Finally, y'all should be happy. Y'all should be happy that y'all ain't got to sit home and watch other people play in the bowl game. Y'all can go play now. Y'all can go play now, man.
All you Florida fans and all you Florida State fans that be talking about us,
and then put the whole Florida fan base in one category. Like, it don't work like that.
What are you talking about? I said I don't know why Florida State is worried about Miami Hurricanes. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about what I feel. Obviously, you're not listening because you're speaking, bro. I'm telling you, I am worried about what I'm telling you about me. I'm worried about why is Florida State worried about us when y'all need to worry about going to y'all bowl game. Worry about that y'all finally will ever win the season. Worry about that.
They hate that boy Jimbo.
I'm worried about what I say about Miami, right? So how you gonna put all the Florida State fans in one general statement?
Bro, you lost me. You confused me. Now I'm done with the conversation, bro. Like I said, I just said why Florida State need to worry about the bowl game. Worry about y'all bowl game.
And Miami need to worry about getting to a bowl game. So that's what we on.
We were getting to a bowl game.
See, look, another one. I knew Miami was delusional, but this is insane.
Wait, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? What did y'all do?
Of course, see, look, they talking about Miami again.
Wait, no, scroll down. Clemson dump. What's the problem? I see it. I see it. Scroll back.
40 points.
It's the video. They said instant reaction to Miami's win over Clemson. Scroll up. right there. No, you missed it. Go back. A headline with Christopher. Yeah, instant reaction to Miami's win.
Wow. So they messed up.
They must have pre-recorded.
Oh, they messed it up.
Sucks.
Damn, Chris.
Pre-recorded for a Miami win.
You didn't learn your lesson with the Wolf on video?
Yeah, for real.
What the Gators did with the Cromartie thing?
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about.
Pre-recorded the commitment.
I'm telling you, these boys, they got nothing but time on their head.
Bro, the message boards is wild. Like I said, I don't be on them, but
they're funny.
I love saying everybody on the message board, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I ain't mad at y'all.
You'll find some funny stuff on there.
I ain't mad at y'all. Y'all providing content.
I mean,
what is y'all obsession?
You can go on.
What is y'all obsession with Jimbo? What is up with the obsession with Jimbo though?
Jimbo ruined Florida State.
That's like me asking Miami fans, what's your obsession with Manny? Like
Jimbo is playing.
That's not the same.
Jimbo is playing UMass. What is playing UMass?
What kind of points do you be trying to?
Florida State.
We can go back and forth over and over on this stuff,
bro. What kind of points is this man trying to prove, bro? Oh my God, this is so funny, man.
Y'all are crazy. Like you can say things, but then when I say stuff, it ain't the same. Well, that's the same fucking conversation we having. Same conversation. Same way y'all talk about Manny Diaz. Same reason why Florida State fans own Jimbo. Like,
look.
I mean, Jimbo's a big reason why Florida State went in the toilet.
Gators meltdown, laugh out loud. UF Lurkers, little brother. Sub 500 Mario. Oh my God. Pacing like a cuck outside a bedroom.
Oh,
whoa.
Bro, I'm telling you, these message boards be killing it. Oh man. It's honestly pretty stunning how bad they look. Even in the 3-win COVID season, we could at least put a drive or two together. Man. Big time Willie vibes. Oh my God, I'm gonna enjoy making that video tomorrow. They got so much material on these boards, it's crazy. Yeah, and another one on here. See, look, they still talk about Texas A&M. Ventrell Miller. Who's that? Isn't he a Florida player?
He's a Florida player.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they love Florida and Miami. Laugh out loud, FU. Miami at Clemson. Man. Florida lost to Vanderbilt, laughing my ass off. Let's see.
Oh,
they got Billy Wink.
That Billy Napier gift. Them
They
Gators.
got a
Them
wink.
Gator
Look
fans
at
love
that.
using that gift.
Damn.
That's a terrible wink.
Something wrong with his forehead.
That's the worst wink I've ever seen.
They screenshot this from
learned how to
the
wink.
Gators.
When you wink, is your whole forehead supposed to move like that?
Yeah, he's putting his whole like facial structure
Like he was gonna have a freaking
He don't even look like he
stroke.
got any eyebrows.
It looked like he's having a stroke.
And
Having a
they wrote a
seizure.
whole list of things they hate. That's crazy.
Bowman, what did I do?
They say Bowman is not a D1 wide receiver, and the fact he's on our team is.
You right, I'm not. What's that got to do with me?
Oh man, Richardson is a mental midget. Oh my God, this staff is not worth over $7 million.
Damn,
Chris Cal should spend his Saturdays unemployed.
Is this a screenshot or just what is this?
This came from the Gators board.
Yeah, but he screenshotted something.
I was about to say. I was like, this dude typing like he's a.
He said Patrick Tony need to be fired immediately. Oh my God, I love these boys. I love these boys. Florida State boys be entertaining as hell. Hold on, let's go to the Gator boys, man. Listening to them cry about Vanderbilt be funny as hell. Why do y'all have
That's crazy, bro.
Look at that. Y'all got about 10 things open about Vontrell Miller. Damn. I understand he got I understand that he got the targeting call and he's gonna be out the first half against y'all. But damn, why y'all opening up about 10 boards about the man?
I guess
FSU Rose said he played against Billy Napier in high school. What did Billy Napier coach in high school?
Them boys said Vandy just went up 14-6. Man, they were watching that game. They were watching the hell out of that game, boy. Let me get off y'all boards. Man, these boys be funny as hell. I gotta get to Florida State hands down. They boys be funny as hell. The Gators shit, they just be crying.
I hate that it gets dark.
Slim's in the chat. What's up, Slim? I got a chance to hang out with Slim over the weekend.
Oh yeah, Slim in there. Slim, what's up, Slim?
All right, so they got some scheduled commitments coming up.
Marion Parker, Clemson Lot.
Tomorrow.
I was telling you, man.
Yeah, he should be tomorrow. I don't know who this Jason
He's from Phoenix City. Damn.
Tyler
Brown. That's another Clemson.
Hey, when's the early signing day? Was that December 5th or is that like the 12th or something like that?
No, it's like December 20 something this year.
Oh, is it really that late? I thought it was earlier in the month.
Last year was early. This year is later in the month.
Oh, because I keep thinking that, man, signing day is like in 2 weeks or something, man. And
that's a question. How many players do you think Florida State gonna have in the portal by the 5th?
You mean that's gonna hit the portal like from the team?
Yeah.
By the 5th, I'm gonna say 5-ish.
I say 7.
Yeah.
About
it's way less than us. Yeah.
I say
Miami's gonna have about 20 on.
Somewhere between 5 and 7.
I give us 20. I give us 30 more players. I give us 30 players now since how everything going.
I think Miami will have more players in the portal by the 5th than we had yards in the first half against Clemson.
Y'all can't afford to lose no 30 players.
Nah, we're gonna have a major flip.
Yeah.
Berger, you be killing my team.
I'm sorry, man. We got pounded out. That 8 yards thing kills me, man. I'd never seen that before.
Jacarius.
8 yards, bro.
He went straight to Twitter.
Blocking Jacarius on Twitter. This man.
He didn't bother coming to the stream. He just went on Twitter.
If he come to Twitter and type the same thing under everything I write, I might have to block him.
Did you block him from here yet or no?
No, I would never block him on here. He can type whatever he want on here.
No, he hasn't been on in a while.
But on Twitter, don't come typing on everything that I write the same old thing.
That's all he knows how to do. He's like 12.
You can troll me all you want, but just make it be something different.
Yeah, that's Jacarius for you. It's always the same thing.
Oh, that's actually pretty cute.
Sebastian, is that you?
That is. That's baby Sebastian.
That is a great mascot, Sebastian.
Oh, Clemson.
Yeah.
Clemson just got a commitment 2 hours ago.
Who is it?
He's a 2024 kid.
Fegan.
Yeah.
I've seen his
he built though.
I don't know why he had us in his top 4.
Yeah, it was a Clemson from Florida State. It was going to be, if I had to guess, that was what it came down to.
Yeah, I was like, why you got us in the top 4? We didn't even recruit them. Oh man, this guy here.
This is versus the Pitt game.
Yeah. I mean, hey, he got back up.
Woo! You got levels. Boom! Oh, that's a concussion.
And you used the shoulder. No
illegal
targeting.
blindside block.
That's a good hit.
Man.
That's a clean hit right there.
Yeah.
You could argue he was giving himself up out of bounds, but no, that was I think that was clean.
Yeah, I don't think that counts in this situation.
Cha-ching! Oh.
Wow, that had to suck.
So. And he never goes back again. Yes, man. For the rest of the year. That's exactly me. I'm like, I'm gonna get right.
Oh, there's my boy.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Photoshop.
That's phone.
That's Photoshop.
That's a nice looking phone.
He said his wide receiver up. I'm fighting my quarterback.
Somebody lost some teeth on that one.
Someone please call 911.
I'm fighting my quarterback. You threw that. You set me up.
Yeah.
Man, that was a duck.
You said F.
Wow. That's some class.
You said F. Y'all.
They can tell me they're gonna fight from 2 sections over. It's feel like a soccer match.
Oh, F you too.
Oh, he's pointing it at him now.
That's crazy. Oh man, Slim with the $5 donation.
Oh
my God!
Yeah,
man. Thank God I didn't go. Thank God I
see, that's illegal. You can't do that.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
That's a full-on suplex.
TTY, did they have a bet for that game?
Hey, what's up? Hey, they just
gut wrench power bomb.
The only bit I didn't cancel was C-Dog. Let me see. Appreciate the $5 donation, Slim. Slim, I got some new stuff for us.
Wow, look at all the fans that went to that game.
You would think I went to school for cataract.
Shout out to C-Dog and them Georgia Tech fans.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. That look like one of the Dudley boys' moves.
Oh, it's the UCLA Trojans game.
Wow, wide open.
Woo! See, that's how you hit somebody that's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Georgia has into the mix with 5-star.
Oh, shit.
Man, South Carolina fans, they punch in the air right now. Because
there ain't nothing important in that.
Wow. I don't see JSU in the garbage.
We can't be in the playoffs.
They should be in there.
We have too many scholarship players.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, it's a transition rule.
So you have to have how many scholarship players?
For FCS, I think it's 70, but because we have too many, because we're transitioning to FBS.
Oh, gotcha.
Wait, were you talking about
We got the conference championship though.
Yeah, Florida State. Yeah,
Florida State don't move up in the ranking. You don't know how to act. Damn, Dallas beating the brakes off on.
That's okay. We're in the FBS playoffs.
Yay!
I haven't even paid.
What Dallas does when the playoffs come and they get smoked.
25 years.
It's the truth. Dallas just disappear in the playoffs, man.
Literally every single one of those teams in the top 12 have been in the playoffs at least once or been to a national championship, except for TCU.
And Washington.
Washington went to the playoffs.
Oh,
what?
How long ago?
What?
How long ago?
Washington went to the playoffs in 2016, I believe.
While back.
Oh, okay.
They did?
Yeah, they got.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
The problem is they got matched up with Alabama.
Oh, all right. I don't remember that either.
Oh,
yeah, that wasn't close.
So they played a
Washington
forgettable game. Oh, so they played a forgettable game. That's what they played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like playing Oklahoma every year in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Every year it just seems to be Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and whoever else. Georgia. I mean, you know,
Notre Dame.
Same couple of teams every year.
To be honest with you, just them teams right there you name always is in the playoffs. It's always Clemson, Alabama, Notre Dame, and Georgia. That's it.
I think since the playoffs started, Alabama missed it once.
Yep. Clemson missed it. Clemson missed it, I think, twice.
Yeah. We missed it the first year.
Yeah, Clemson only missed it. Yeah, Clemson only missed it twice. Yeah. And Notre Dame only made it once.
The only constant.
Didn't Notre Dame make it just once? I think it was one time, right?
No, they made it twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They made it in 2018 and then the COVID year 2020.
Oh yeah.
Has Ohio State ever won it?
Yeah, they won it the first one.
Remember,
correct, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. That was when they beat Alabama.
They had Ezekiel Elliott
a while ago then.
Yeah, they had Ezekiel Elliott as the running back.
Cordell Jones.
Yeah, they had Ohio State had a squad. Yeah, Ohio State had a squad back then, man.
Yeah, and that was like,
They destroyed Oregon in the championship.
Yeah. You know, I was hoping to see a different team in there. Tennessee disappointed me yesterday.
Well, I mean, the quarterback's out, so it doesn't help anything.
Slim Shady wants in.
Slim Shady. Hi.
He wants to drop some news on us.
Look at Slim Shady.
Michigan State went to the playoffs. Yeah, they did. They got matched up with Alabama.
Yeah.
Was that Michigan State or that was Michigan? That was Michigan, wasn't it?
Nope, that was Michigan State.
Which year?
Oh, Michigan.
2014. Wait, no.
Oh.
No, it was 2015.
2015, my bad.
Yeah, that was Clemson, Bama, Michigan State, and Oklahoma.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got it up on my screen right now.
Yep.
Because Michigan got whooped last year in the playoffs, I think. It was last year.
Yeah, Michigan got beat bad, and then Washington made it the next year in 2016.
Yeah, man. Y'all, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Do y'all want to see a 6 to 12 team playoff, or would y'all rather keep it at 4?
I mean, I'm in the stay at 4 camp, but I've already, and with the fact that it's going to 12. So
I mean, I would like to see it stay at 4 if they would figure out a way to switch the variety up a little bit. But for the sake of just seeing different teams, I guess I would go with 8 maybe or 12. But I just think when you start putting that many games, man, that's a lot of games for them to be playing throughout the year.
Man,
well, if you
they're copying FCS, man.
Oh, okay. Well,
the
FCS
regular season only has 11 games. The rest are playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
and we don't have conference championships.
Yeah, we should. To be honest, we should do it just like the NFL does it, like how the NFL does it with the playoffs and everything, and division rounds and all that stuff. Like we should do it like that.
Well, the NFL goes all the way to February.
Yeah, the NFL is long. It's like basketball season too. Basketball half the season is just playoffs.
Yep.
Just at some point, it just becomes too much. Look what they're doing with baseball now. Now baseball has that one game and you're in thing, and it's like they're just, I don't know. I would like to see more just for the variety. I mean, I get that, but it gets to a point where it's just too much. But
yeah.
I say have a 12-team playoff with 4 seeds and the other 8 play in the first round.
But
I would say just
so then you have a round of 8, then a round of 4, then the final round.
I would say give it a try to see how it does, and just add just two more slots to be a 16 playoff game. You get what I'm saying, or something like that. I would say give it a try.
An undefeated team with a bye week would still only play 16 games.
Yeah, for real. So there you go, right there.
So it wouldn't be that much of a change.
Yeah, a lot of games, man. But okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, I meant to ask you something the other night when you come over to the house and were hanging out with us.
Yeah, what?
Why the hell aren't you playing football? Have you a couple subways? This dude, for real, he's like 6'5".
What?
I didn't.
Hell no.
Well,
forget football. Get this guy on the basketball court.
Something.
Well, my medical situation actually. I played football in as a freshman. I played JV as a freshman, and then I had some medical stuff that basically prevented me from playing football. And,
so you telling me you is what we would call in Florida tall for nothing?
Oh my God!
No, I'm not tall for nothing.
Damn.
I mean, man, if I was 6'5", I wouldn't be here. I'd be on a basketball court.
I can hoop. I've always been able to hoop, but like I couldn't play competitively.
Yeah, if you're 6'5" in basketball, you got to be a point guard.
How are you?
I mean, 6'5" at an average pickup game. I mean, you pretty much don't have to do anything. You can just camp under the rim.
Yeah, but that's in the pickup game. In the NBA, you're a point guard.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Not all point guards are like 6'5". Some of them shorter than that.
Some shorter, but you're not playing. Most that's like kind of small for the NBA though.
What?
6'5"? No, it ain't.
No, it ain't. That's big,
man. Most of them dudes are 6'8".
6'5" is like a power forward. It's a small forward.
Power forwards are like 6'8", 6'9". Man.
Okay,
I was gonna say, dude.
We're thinking an NBA. Like if I'd be like a tweener, like based on my.
Yeah,
I'd probably play guard. And
you'd be a 1-2 guy.
I mean, come on now. John Stockton was like 5'2", and he dominated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I could play a lot of different positions. I mean, in high school,
Steph Curry's 6'1".
Yeah, look at Jordan. Jordan was 6'5", 6'6", I think.
Yeah, he was like 6'5", 6'6". And
Jordan was a shooting guard.
Kobe Bryant was like 6'5", right? 6'6",
yeah, Kobe was pretty big.
Yeah.
He was a shooting guard. That's what I'm saying. If you're only like, and I'm not saying 6'5" isn't tall. I'm just saying NBA standard 6'5", you better be athletic because that's a position you're playing is probably the most athletic position on the floor.
Man. I haven't hit a basketball court in a while, man.
There. Too athletic. All you have to do is know how to shoot.
Yeah, that's way back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Who all in here know how to play basketball?
Steph Curry's not that athletic. He just shoots threes all day.
I was never good at basketball. I mean, I could play, but not good.
Now I gotta admit something, Jordan.
They say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was 6'6".
Yeah, that's what I said. He said he was about 6'5".
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
I gotta admit something, Jordan. The SO Club was really hyped up to me, and it really didn't live up to the hype.
Oh, I tell people that all the time. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right. But
I wish I could have hung out with you guys, but I felt sick after the game. I had a headache for like a lot of it.
I swear to God, I completely forgot to text you after the game because before we ever got it, like Humper Billy Paul parked like a mile and a half from the stadium, so we had to walk up into Clemson first. And then Pete decides to show us the graveyard, so we end up walking all the way around the stadium.
Oh, damn! Yeah, he took you a wow. Where did you guys?
Did y'all get any fried squirrel?
Yeah, no.
No, that's in the premium section. You got to pay to they have like the area for that where you can get the fried squirrup. You got to pay extra.
We paid to climb some stairs.
Here.
I promise you that, because we're about halfway up the upper deck. And
yeah, well, how was the climb back up the hill?
We're gonna get in there and see if we can take a picture with the Rock, but I think there was about 6 or 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and we left to go over.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson or Clemson's nuts? Oh, Clemson's nuts.
That fossilized dinosaur turd they got out there.
Yeah, that Rock.
Man, Pigskin Pete snitched me out to security.
We rubbed all over Miami.
Pigskin Pete snitched my ass out to security, so they were watching me, and I couldn't make off with the Rock.
It's like, what's your name, son? It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slim, don't touch that Rock. You might get cancer.
I might. Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
Being there, you get a whole new
tater can.
You get a whole new perspective on just how bad some of these players really are. How they do not, dude. At one point, and Jordan may remember what I'm talking about. Will Mallory caught a 3-yard pass, couldn't break a tackle, got nowhere with it. The very next play, missed his block for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, bruh. I mean,
imagine
everybody.
that, but watching FCS football.
You know what? I got a whole new respect for Josh Gaddis because that man's got to be beating his head against a wall dealing with some of these people.
Yeah, it definitely gives you when you can see the whole field and see the play. It is like, and you can see when like guys bust, like especially in like the secondary because it's always hard to see from the TV broadcast.
Right.
God, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and it's just. You see all the little stuff and you're like, oh my! You see exactly why a play got blown up or why like it didn't work, and you're just like, wow, that's brutal.
Hey Slim, what was your reaction to that Restrepo pass?
Talking about the one that got overthrown.
Yeah,
that was the whole crap.
Mean,
guy next to me about shit his pants. He thought it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him wide open before he threw it, and I was like, easy touchdown. Then I saw him throw it, and I was like, before it ever got there, I was like, yep, true freshman overthrew him.
He
threw that shit like a bomb. It was like, boom.
I mean, that's the thing, though. That overthrowing wide open receivers is a hallmark of a true freshman.
I see somebody posted. Yep. I seen somebody posted on Twitter. Mario telling all these parents to come get their kids. Somebody was like, "You don't have to be DJ Ivy's parents. Just come get them."
DJ Ivy didn't have a bad game.
Yeah, Ivy didn't play bad from what I saw.
Yeah, but let's face it, the one interception he got, he literally just stood there and the guy threw it right at him. I mean, it was like he didn't have to do nothing to it.
He didn't play bad.
No.
In general, Ivy hasn't had a bad season. He really hasn't.
Yeah, he's been burned a lot already this year, and he got burned yesterday a little bit too.
Ivy is Miami's Travis Brownlee.
Name a corner on that team this year that hasn't been beat.
I'm not saying they haven't. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that DJ, it's obvious that
anybody had a bad game. Anybody had a bad game. It was James Williams. James Williams was terrible.
Oh, don't even get me started with that.
Yeah, James Williams did. Absolutely.
James Williams, after the game, he tweeted, "It's always my fault." Blah blah blah, and then he deleted it.
Yeah, well, it is his fault. Especially when he should have got a personal foul in like the second play of the game.
He missed it.
Dude, that he was just getting frustrated. You can see it. That's what that was. I watched him as he did it.
Well, the one that he got called for, I'm talking about early in the game when they got the first touchdown. He hit DJ as he was going out of, what was it, right after the touchdown? I believe he hit DJ or whoever it was that he hit. And I sat there and said, oh, he's getting flagged. And we were sitting there going, wow, he didn't get flagged for that. So he's lucky he didn't get that one too. But he does a lot of stupid stuff like that. He's been doing it throughout the season. And you got to wonder, is Mario playing favorites with him a little bit? Because people were wondering why he didn't get benched for a few plays after the personal foul.
Might be.
I don't think it's playing favorites. I think he does really good in practice, and then he gets on the field and he does like Bubba Bolden. He's trying to do too much. And then gets frustrated when it doesn't work out.
Well,
and he's got to learn. You have to stay to your position.
We might be getting our running back commit pretty soon.
Why, you think we're going to get Fletcher, or you think we're going to get somebody else?
Christopher Johnson tweeted 17 seconds ago. He tweeted at Kevin Smith at cristobal at Pop Cooney.
All right.
So they was cristobal him to Ole Miss. So
Edward mentioned. Oh yeah, Cam Kinches. Yeah, Cam Kinches is really good.
Oh, he's amazing, dude. He's so good. I'm glad he's finally, come into his own this season, even though it's a bad season, but he's really separated himself as being the alpha dog of the secondary. So good for him.
Yeah, he's really impressed me. He's I think he only had one. I think he was the one that got with the first touchdown to Davis Allen, but he's up against the tight end. That was.
Yeah, but he'll give up. He'll give up something, but he'll come right back and get two of his own. And you see that he's when you look at plays and you say who's running to the ball at full speed, who's putting in the extra effort. He's always that dude.
That's because he looks prepared. When he's out there, what's going on.
And that's what bothers me. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. Well, what I was going to say, and I think Jordan will probably remember it, and I think it was the first touchdown. DJ Ivy couldn't have covered him any better. That was just a great effort on the receiver to catch it.
Right.
I mean, DJ Ivy was all over him. You couldn't have asked for better coverage.
Well, we only got one more game of him, so he's done, and a lot of guys are going to be done, and we need to move on. And look, I know it's been talked about plenty in the past, and people said, no, whatever. James Williams needs to gain some weight. He needs to move inside because the safety experiment is not working. Sorry.
He don't want to do it. That's the problem.
Well, then he's going to cost himself a lot of money because I guarantee you if he does not give up the safety position, he will never play pro ball, ever.
Yeah. Well, what I think he'll do if he stays on the track he's on and just does not want to change from safety. I think he'll transfer if they try to force him into it.
And that's very possible. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm just saying that he will not make it to the NFL the way he is right now. And
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
Next year, next year is his money year, right? Because everybody figured James was going to be a 3-and-done dude, and right now he is not a 3-and-done dude.
No. And I mean that you really can't put on nobody but him being hard.
Yeah. Yep. I agree totally, because that's on you to gain weight. I can't force you to eat. You got to make that choice on your own.
Well, he's wanting to stay. He's trying to stay slimmer because he wants to play safety.
He looks like he's just out of place there. When you watch him on the field, he's the thinnest dude out there by far. And
because he's so tall.
Oh, it's just. I mean, look, I remember having this conversation with Coach Hayes 2 years ago when he was coming out of high school, and Coach Hayes said, if he wants the $100 million contract, you better learn to play with your hand in the dirt because it ain't going to be in the back. And here we are 2 years later, and it's all coming to fruition.
I mean, I don't think he necessarily has to play with his hand in the dirt. I could see him being that hybrid outside linebacker defensive end.
Yeah, but at his height, he needs to be. Look, if he wants to play pro ball at 6'5", his height, he needs to be in the 250, 275 range. And, he needs to learn how to speed rush and all that, because at his height, I can't see him staying where he is. And I hate sitting there going over the same thing over and over, talking about the kid, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm ragging on the kid. I want to see the best for him. It's just not going to happen where he is right now.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I really don't.
It's frustrating, Want to see better. So, and then here's the other thing: people talk about him possibly moving to linebacker next year, which is very possible. I don't discount that, but let's be real here. You got Malik Bryant coming in, you got Raul Aguirre, and you got other people coming in. I know they're young and they're going to be freshmen, but they've been playing linebacker since forever and a day. Now you just want to throw James in the mix and think that he's going to be able to overtake one of them? I have a hard time believing that. I think that they're going to be better at that position than he will be jumping into it.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you do have exceptions like they moved Sheldrick Redwine, out there to safety, and he flourished at it. So there are exceptions, but normally you're right.
Yeah, I go back to, like I said, I go back to what Coach Hayes said. James Williams, you want to make a lot of money in the NFL, you better learn how to play D-line and put your hand in the dirt, because that's where it's at. Where he is at his size, it just, after 2 years, I just don't see it.
And I mean, now don't get me wrong, there are exceptions too where the player can be right. I mean, because I on the drive back, I was letting my uncle listen to it because he had never heard it. Clinton Portis on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay, and Clinton Portis straight up said the only reason he didn't go to Florida is because they would not let him play running back. They wanted him to play corner, which he also did in high school.
Right.
So, I mean, there are times when the player's right, too.
Yeah, well.
I don't think this is one of them. I'm just saying there are times when it happens.
No, look, he's been playing steadily now for 2 years. I mean, I know he didn't come out and start. I think they waited 4 or 5 games last year before they put him on the field full time. And, but he's been, we've seen enough now to see where he is and where he should be. And I don't know, this ain't it. So see what happens.
I'm and kind of how you are with Ivy. I'm bye, Mallory. I'm ready to see you gone.
Yeah, well, he's gone after this year. He'll be out, and I don't know the numbers on how many guys have exhausted their eligibility by way of just being seniors, or that 6th year or the extra year that they got from COVID, which hopefully they need to rectify all that. But there's a lot of guys that are gone. I think Steed, Mallory. I don't know. I can't even name them right now, but there's a lot of dudes that are going to be gone that are just exhausted their eligibility.
Yeah. Now, Snead, I feel bad for. I mean, injuries have kind of wrecked his whole career.
Yeah, but that's been that way since he got here. I mean, every year it's he gets 3 or 4 games in, and then he's done. And
yeah, like I said, it just makes me feel bad for him. It's just one of those things that happens to some people.
Well, with a guy like that, you hope that he paid attention in the classroom, and he's going to get his degree, and to have a degree from the University of Miami is definitely a good thing. So, I think he'll be all right off the field. Seems like a good guy. So,
shout out to Hendon Hooker. I hated to hear that he tore his. I don't wish injury on any player on any team. And I like poking fun at Tennessee, but it sucks for Hendon Hooker. He was having himself a good season.
Yeah, that it's like same thing that happened to Tyler. Tyler was starting to come around, and then boom, there goes the shoulder.
I think he'll be back next year. To be honest with you,
I'm not going to sit here and say he won't, but I'm trying to look at it in the sense that if he's able to, if his shoulder isn't as serious as what we might think it might be, and he's able to, do some work in some NFL pre-camps and stuff like that, I would seriously consider going pro and maybe getting in there 3rd round, something like that, and just, park yourself in an NFL weight room with NFL trainers for a year or 2 and then come around that way, as opposed to taking a chance in college and then losing all eligibility to the NFL.
I don't think he can hurt his draft stock anymore, though. So that's the
he
thing.
can.
It has dropped.
He might not be able to hurt his stock, but he can hurt himself if he gets injured again.
He can, no doubt.
So that's where my head is with that, is that do you want to take a chance on that happening, considering that how bad the O-line was? Because there's no guarantee it's going to be any better next season.
Well, I think there kind of is, because that is Mario's specialty.
Hope so. But looking at it from Tyler's perspective, is it worth banking potential millions of dollars on that? I mean, would you be willing to make that kind of a bet?
I mean,
I don't think I would.
You're kind of risking it going in there now too.
You are, but that's what I'm saying. If he's able to show that he can whip it, right, in a combine and stuff like that, wouldn't you rather take a chance on impressing the scouts and, okay, you're not going to be a 1st round pick, you're going to be, say, a 3rd or 4th round pick, you're still going to make good money, and you're probably going to sit behind somebody that's really good in a good system with an NFL, with NFL trainers and yada, 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 and all that behind you, where you can sit for a year or 2, really build yourself up, really learn the game, and then you come in a better situation.
Well, here's the thing, too, with a good combine performance, I mean, he could still bump himself up, maybe even as high as late 1st round, because they know he has the ability. I mean, they don't necessarily look at what your team does, because Josh Allen, his team didn't impress anybody when he was in college, but they knew he was going to be a great player in the NFL because of his attributes. Same thing with Will Levis. I mean, people are talking about, Kentucky's terrible. We told you Will Levis wasn't going to be in the NFL.
Right.
His skill set translates to the NFL.
Correct. It's called potential, and that's what they look for. And potential can make you a lot of money. And I don't discount. That's another reason why I say, do you want to take a chance coming back, playing another year of college and risk getting hurt, or do you want to take your chances, get paid, go to the NFL, and then work your way for a 2nd contract?
Shit, I'm going pro. Fuck that.
Yeah. I'm serious. That's kind of where my head is with it.
Making money in college.
That's a lot easier for us to say than it is for him.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true too.
Mm-hmm. And he is making money in college, because let's face it, he is getting some NIL catch. I don't know exactly how much he's getting, but I would consider going pro at this point if I were him. But see what happens.
Consider it. Yeah, definitely consider it. I'm just saying, I think my mindset is I think he's going to end up coming back.
That's true. Or transferring.
No, I don't know.
And here's the thing. I think Jake is going to be the one to transfer.
Yeah, I do too.
I think Tyler is going to come back, and as a way to get Jacurri ready to start for the next year, because obviously he still needs some work. You kind of run.
What if they both come back?
Well, I don't know. But my line of thinking is something that can lead to some success next year is kind of look at the blueprint of what Florida did in 06 with Chris Leak and Tebow, and kind of run have a special package for Jacurri, but not necessarily a 2-quarterback system, but a situational type system.
Well, in conversations I've had with people, we've talked various scenarios, and one of them that a lot of people seem to agree on is that if Tyler comes back, you still get a transfer QB to compete with Tyler. You let Jacurri redshirt next year, and then you have Emory as your number 3 guy. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's like something that a lot of people seem to agree on, is that we're probably going to pick somebody up in the portal to come in, so that way Jacurri could sit. Because he needs some work. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not ragging on the kid. I'm thankful we got him. I think he's a great athlete, but he needs time to develop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I said with that overthrow to Restrepo. That's just the kind of thing you expect out of a true freshman.
Yeah, the man's still raw.
Exactly. Now, to me, just the enigma of the bunch is Garcia. I cannot figure him out for the life of me.
I can't either.
He's done.
I mean, his confidence is shot.
I think it's pretty apparent that the team has no faith in him anymore. And look, he came in yesterday. He did a little bit, and what happened? Another turnover. I'm not going to put it solely on him, but a turnover is a turnover. And
I mean, that one that got popped up, it's hard to put that on the quarterback. Pop-ups happen.
The point is, though, is that it happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just, I don't know. I think I think the Garcia experiment is over, and I think he'll be gone next year, or in a couple weeks, I should say.
Yeah.
I
hope not, because I mean, Frank Ponce has got a proven track record at developing quarterbacks. So I think, given the time, he may be able to turn Jake around. I hope he stays.
We don't even know if Ponce is still going to be here. I mean, let's be real here for a second. There's every possibility that Mario could go the bouncing of Gaddis and Ponce. I mean, he might just bounce Gaddis and keep Ponce. He might keep both. I don't know, but I don't know who's going to be here.
There's a 0% chance of that happening. 0. I don't even think it's a consideration.
Of which one?
Any of it. I don't think Mario is even in the slightest bit considering changing anybody on his staff.
Really? Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
Not at all.
Philadelphia's been a struggle, though, man.
Well, it definitely has been.
I can't see how you're going to keep the same OC after what we saw this year with our offense. Because
Mario can see how much of it is on the players and the problems he's having.
If I was Mario, I wouldn't change not one person on his staff.
I'm with you, T2.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if it does. But we'll see.
The problem with this fan base, everybody feel like they're so freaking entitled to hire the next guy.
At some point, we've got to break the cycle. I mean, Dan Enos has already proved this fan base wrong already.
Yep.
And guess what? Go look at Rhett Lashley. His offense ain't looking so hot.
Yeah, according to Rhett Lashley, they got killed the other night.
Well,
they got blown out of the water yesterday.
Did you see him blow a fuse in the in the press?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
He snapped off on somebody. He did. T2, I could bring it up and probably find the sound clip.
I mean, I ain't got a problem with him doing it. I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
I mean, we've seen it, kind of like TCU this year, where somebody comes in year one and it just kind of works. I think with De'Aaron King and what we had, it kind of worked year one with Lashley, but that it doesn't normally happen that way.
I don't know. It's just hard for me to swallow what I've seen on offense this year. And I'm not putting the blame on the players. I'm not putting the blame on the coaches. I'm just saying that it works hand in hand, and when the mix is wrong, something has to change. And I know it's a lot easier.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
I'm not saying the coaches, and obviously the players are going to get changed out before the coaches do. I mean, like you were saying before, you can't just keep blowing it up and then, expecting something. So you got to stick it out. And I get that. But if let's say they keep all the coaches together, they change all the players, and we start seeing the same kind of thing again next year, you gotta.
So here go your boy Reed Lashley.
Did you sense any sort of embarrassment from a showing like that? Quite honestly, nationally TV,
You asked me if I'm embarrassed that we got killed on national TV. Yeah, I am. That's a really bad question. Next.
Did you sense any sort of?
That's a good question. That was funny.
You asked me if I'm embarrassed that we got killed on national TV. Yeah, I am. That's a really bad question. Next.
Yeah, I am.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. You gonna ask a stupid question.
You asking me if we got killed on national TV?
I mean, who didn't see that coming?
And listen, I think there's plenty of blame to go around as far as the offense as a whole. I don't put everything on any one group or one coach. But to me, it all starts with that offensive line, and it is so bad.
Oh.
I don't think that there's an offensive scheme that could work.
It's terrible.
Man, you saw how fast
the option.
you see how fast Clemson was in the backfield every time we ran the ball.
Oh,
exactly.
They knew what we were going to do before we knew what we were going to do.
No, it's not even them knowing what they're doing. They cannot stop anything, so they're blowing up any play before it can happen.
It's ugly. So.
And it's not just the offensive line. It's Will Mallory not blocking. It's as much as I like Parrish, he's not the best blocker because frankly, if he's trying to stop a DN, he's going to have trouble because he's a lot smaller than a DN. And I've been saying all year, T2I's heard me say it plenty, and I had a problem with Gaddis with this. We should have seen more Thad Franklin, especially with pass protection. He's big enough to handle those guys.
Yep, he's gone now, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a mistake I think Gaddis made.
He's gone. Keyshawn Smith is gone.
I think a few more names about to pop soon. Now Keyshawn hasn't official, but
he's gone. Yeah, he's done.
Well, and let's be honest too, this receiving core as a whole hasn't helped a single quarterback all year.
Nope. Except for Kobe Young tried now. We can give it to Kobe. He tried when he started getting on the field.
Kobe Young got better, and Restrepo's pretty sure-handed, but he got hurt, so that is what it is.
Yeah.
So, like I said, just as a whole, the receiving core is not helping out the quarterbacks like they need to be. And, no offense can succeed if your receivers won't catch the ball.
It's a mess everywhere. It's a hole. You can find holes in receivers and offensive line and tight ends and QB. Yeah. As a whole, it's a mess. And
that's what I was saying yesterday watching the Clemson game, man. I was like watching that game, seeing how the offensive line was working, and then seeing that the wide receivers wasn't even trying to create. It's like it's either they was trying they couldn't create separation, or you get what I'm saying, or not trying, but they wasn't helping out.
You're right. They're not. They're not getting any separation, so they're making more dangerous passes. And especially with a true freshman, he's gonna look for the least dangerous pass possible.
Yeah.
And he hasn't played enough, and he doesn't have the awareness to get rid of the ball, so he's taking sacks because the offensive line can't stand up. And I mean, it's just one of those things. At some point, you've got to give somebody an opportunity to fix it because it doesn't get fixed in one off season.
This is the whole point of why Miraball's here. So let's,
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part is that, and I'm guilty of it myself, is that we expect a quick fix. And we think that something like, the offensive line is going to be fixed in 1 year. And like I said, I'm guilty of it. I've always kind of maintained this mentality that, the offensive line has to be better than it was last year, even if it's better by accident. And then they're not. And it's like, I'm like sitting there going like, man, what are we doing wrong? And
constant change.
Yeah, it's got it. It's going to be at least another year or two before we see the kind of productivity from the O-line that we want as opposed to what we expect.
Well, perfect example. And there's a lot of people that are not going to like what I'm fixing to say. But as bad as Florida State wanted to run off Norvell, they've given him the time, and you can see they are getting better.
Yeah, they've really come alive over their past 4 games or so. So can't knock them for that. I mean, it's
So I mean, unless we want to fall behind again, because I mean, here's the thing: we can get better than Florida and Florida State faster because Mario can recruit better than both of them.
Yep.
Now, like I said, it may not be in the timeline that the fans want, but he can quickly surpass Florida State, and he can stay ahead of because Florida's worse than us. They just are.
Yeah.
I don't care that they beat A&M. You just got road graded by Vanderbilt, sir. Okay, the doctor made a house call and broke his foot off in your ass.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm just saying, man. I feel like with this team, man, it's like you expect it. Just like yesterday, I expected as a Miami fan to lose to Clemson, man. But I don't know, man. I just felt like it should have been a little bit more fight in certain positions. Like I just feel like it should have been more fight. Hey, Cam Kitchens, he still was doing his thing a little bit. He tried hard. Wesley Bassett was shining. I like the way he shot. Mm-hmm. I like how Akeem Mesidor was going full force every snap until he made a fumble.
I kept hearing his name over. That man had so many tackles in that game.
Yeah. Akeem Mesidor was everywhere.
Breaking news. Elijah Roberts has hit the transfer portal.
That's not surprising.
Wait, for real? Elijah Roberts gone?
Elijah Roberts hit the transfer portal.
Not surprising.
Well,
he's not getting that play time.
That is crazy.
We'll take him.
That's crazy.
Why would you? But I mean, look. In all honesty, why are you surprised? When have you seen him do anything in the 2-3 years that he's been here?
It's not like I'm surprised, but at the same time, it's kind of like I am because it's like he's still a player that can make a difference if he do get on the field.
Right, he can, but now we have to look at it. He's been here. This is his 3rd year here now, if I'm correct, or is it 2nd?
3rd year. I think this is 3rd year.
Okay, what have we seen him do in 3 years here? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying it as a knock on the kid. Believe me, I'm not. I'm just saying, what have we seen anything to make you surprised now that he's decided to go somewhere else? I haven't.
To answer your question truthfully, then no, I haven't seen nothing.
Right.
But it's like it's still. I don't know that
he should have left 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's one of those.
That's on him for staying for 3 years.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're seeing on the practice field, so we kind of have to take their word for it.
Right.
But there's probably, I mean, we haven't seen anything in a game out of him, so they probably and he hasn't played much, so obviously they're not seeing much out of him in practice.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, here's another name, right? Chase Smith. You heard anything from Chase Smith all year?
I know he's going to transfer, but that's going to hurt me because I feel like Chase Smith was actually a player that should have been on the field. I feel like they're overlooking Chase Smith. I feel like they're overlooking him, man.
No, that's not. And I said last year, I said, man, and I remember saying, once Chase Smith hits the field, he's never coming off. Well, apparently I was really wrong about that because I haven't heard. Is he hurt this year? Has he been out? I mean, I've heard absolutely nothing about him.
Well, last game I heard he was hurt. That's what I heard.
And if he is, I mean, heal up. You'll get your opportunity, because here's why I think it's gonna be fine going forward, because arguably the two of the best coaches to ever grace college football, Mario's had a chance to learn from, and he's already modeling what he does in the offseason after what Nick Saban does in the offseason. And he was there in the midst of it where, if you didn't perform, you're going to get passed up by somebody below you that is.
Yep.
And I absolutely believe he's going to run his program that way.
He has to, and like you were saying about the continuity part, if you want continuity, then you got to install your will right from the get-go. I mean, Mario's not going anywhere. If there's one thing that's absolutely assured, he is going to be here for at least 5 years minimum, if not more.
Oh yeah. That's a hell of a contract to buy out.
So especially for Miami, where it's not like we're not Texas A&M where we can entertain the notion of paying $85 million to buy out a suck-ass coach. It's just not going to happen.
Well, they can't even entertain that. I mean, the fan base says it, but
that's a whole nother subject I don't even want to get into right now with what's going on over there. But look,
you know what? There's a lot of correlation between the two, but there's one huge difference. Jimbo's been there 5 years.
Right.
Mario's been here 5 minutes.
No, correct. Yeah. And that's why I say that you got to give Mario time to do what he wants to do. And I mentioned that before, that us as fans, we unfortunately do that whole I want it fixed and I want it fixed now because you got to satisfy my needs. You know what I mean? And it's wrong for us to do that, but that's what we do.
Well, we live in an era of instant gratification.
Yeah.
We don't. Oh man, I feel like, man, everything gonna play like it's supposed to be played out. I don't know. I still, for some reason, even yesterday watching the game, for some reason to myself, I just felt like, I still believe in Mario, man. I'm actually tired of just firing coaches, because every time we fire a coach, we're gonna start over again, and we ain't gonna ever get to that. We ain't gonna ever keep getting to the place that we want to be at. So I feel like we need to suffer through it's just like a relationship. You can't have a good relationship unless you go through something bad with each other, I guess, to make it out, to figure out if y'all can make it out with each other, Every relationship ain't supposed to be peaches and cream and beaches and sand and all that stuff, bro. Some things gonna have to get down in the dirt.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, man. Well, I feel like we should stop yelling. I'm just only speaking to the ones that keep saying, fire Mario, fire Gaddis, fire all this, fire that, man. Forget firing. Let them people stick here and let's see what happens next year. Now, if next year something happens, I feel like we should start making moves,
Yeah.
Kind of like what Manny did with Dan Enos. Remember when Dan Enos came, we said we ain't like him. He got rid of Dan Enos and brought in Red Lashley. And everything started looking good.
But like I said, Dan Enos proved everybody wrong.
I just wish Florida, the Miami, and I wish the Big Three can get back to it. Like I said, your program has been in a 20-year drought. I wish your program can get back to Florida and the U can get back to where it used to be like 20 years ago.
It's going to be tough. It's not it's tough to do something like that.
What's really sad that the Big Three are sucking so bad that Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama's taking all of the great recruits out of Florida and they're going somewhere else, and that really turned me off.
Well, you're never going to stop that.
No, you won't be able to stop that.
There's more talent. There's more talent in this state than all three of them could take combined.
Yeah. They can't take everything. They can't take all of them.
No, but it just sucks now. Like I said, how many. Like I said, your program's been in a drought for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a while. I'm a Florida State fan. I ain't talking trash, but, your program's been in a drought for 20 years.
Well, because the administration decided that, football really wasn't a priority and they went with some really bad coaching decisions that really set us back. I mean, you go from Butch Davis, who basically reinvented the program, to Coker, who hung on for a little bit, to now to Randy Shannon, who had no business being a head coach, to Al Golden, who just turned out to be horrible, to Mark Richt, who unfortunately had a medical condition that just started coming on. And then you go to Manny Diaz, and it's like, come on, man, you can't expect any kind of results.
I'm gonna push back on last year was 3-time better than that schmuck you got from Michigan. Because I tell you what, Big Ten offenses are the most boringest one, except for Ohio State. They suck. I'm sorry, but Big Ten offenses, except for Ohio State, are the most boringest son of bitches. Because I live in Big Ten country. Okay, I'm from Illinois. Yes, I'm a Florida State fan, but I'm from Big Ten. They are the most boringest freaking offenses in the world, except for Ohio State. Ohio States are trying to be like, your Clemson offense.
And even Jim Harbaugh is running a different, because let's be honest, what Michigan Jim Harbaugh is an offensive guy, and Michigan is going to do what Jim Harbaugh wants to do offensively, but he's doing something completely different than he did at Stanford, than he did at San Francisco. Mm-hmm. He's really gone different than what you used to see out of Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, he is going. He's keeping up with the times. I just feel like, what Bergie said about the Mark Richt thing. Yeah, Mark Richt, unfortunately, he ended up having that sickness. And I want to be real with you. I feel like if Mark Richt was healthy enough, all we was asking for is for him to hire an offensive coordinator. So we
right.
and I believe.
And even Billy Napier's got that problem. I mean, he won't hire an offensive coordinator, and there are Florida fans irate over it.
Yeah. Well, Rick really didn't want to let go of his kid, and that just became a problem. And it goes back to what happened with Golden and D'Onofrio. Golden didn't want to get rid of D'Onofrio, so goodbye.
Well, I don't think D'Onofrio was the problem. Even the players have said so.
He was terrible.
Because guess who runs the exact same defense the exact same way? Kirby Smart.
Well,
so don't tell me it can't work.
I'm not saying it can't work, but depending on who's running it makes a difference. And, me and you could both run the same thing, but there's going to be intricacies that you might know that I don't. That's going to make your version of it run a hell of a lot better. And D'Onofrio did not run well at all.
I also think it's a little unfair, and because Shannon and Golden, neither one of them got anywhere near the backing from the university that even Mark Richt got, much less what Mario's getting now.
Oh, I believe that wholeheartedly, but I still don't think that they were quality coaches. But, whatever. I mean, that's not here, not there. I mean, they're gone now. So
this how I feel. Oh no, go ahead and speak, Slim. Speak, Slim.
Well, I was just going to say, I think it was the same problem with Randy and Mario. That Miami doesn't need to be your first job. What Kirby Smart is doing at his first job, head coaching job ever, is the exception, not the rule.
And it happens that way sometimes. And it does. And unfortunately, when it does happen, go ahead.
I was just saying, I think Randy may have been better off if he started off head coaching at a smaller program and worked his way up like most of them.
He would have, but then let's also look at it like this. Ever since then, where has Randy been a head coach?
He hasn't got
but then everybody whines about
right.
coaches and all that.
That's got to, that kind of, I'm not saying that it's a total knock on Randy, but it lets you know that there's a reason why he hasn't been a head coach since.
Hey, let's not forget now. I mean, the reason why Miami is going to be different this time, we're starting to see the changes this year, and leading on in the future is because they finally starting to put money into the program.
Yes.
Guys, we're going to have to continue this on Wednesday. I got to ride. I got to go.
All right, man. Appreciate talking to y'all, man.
Hey, man.
Y'all be good.
All right. Go Canes, man. Go Canes, man.
Good night, everybody. Go Canes.
Yep.